Welcome in, welcome in. We're live. Blake was too good for us, so I'm going solo tonight once again. But yeah, week 9 is upon us here. I'm going to help you guys get ready, finalize your lineups for week 9. I'm going to pull up the chat here. We'll see if we got anyone watching yet. Yeah, it's 1:44 a.m. on the East Coast here, so hopefully some of you guys are still up. I have a feeling some of you will be. If last Saturday was any indication, yeah, we definitely have been doing these Saturday streams pretty late, and I mean, it seems to be working. I mean, people seem to be watching. I think we're getting a lot of people on the West Coast, so hopefully you guys don't mind us doing these streams on the late side. But let me know. I mean, I'm flexible. Let me know if you guys would prefer to have these a little earlier. I'm not really sure what time zone most of you guys are in. I feel like we definitely have some that are central time zone, some that are West Coast. So let me know what works for you guys. But hey, we already got some people here in the live chat. Dylan, welcome. J-Bug, Camex. All right, welcome, guys. Good to have you here. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any start sit questions or yeah, any questions at all, fantasy football wise. Yeah, want to help get you guys ready for week 9, win your matchups this week. And Camex says America lost tonight. So, hey, I'm assuming you're referring to the World Series Game 7. I heard it was pretty good. I wasn't watching any of it. Not really much of a baseball guy, but I saw that it went into extra innings and saw that the Dodgers won. So, yeah. So I guess Camex, you must have been rooting for the. Well, wait a minute. You said America lost, but yet wasn't it Canada that lost? Because it was the Blue Jays, I believe, that were on the losing end. So I don't know. I don't know baseball. Let me know. Let me know what I'm missing there. Dylan says I got a few full PPR, one flex, T Higgins versus Chicago, or Tucker Craft versus Carolina, and you have Warren starting at tight end. Okay, so let's tackle that question first. So T Higgins versus the Bears or Tucker Craft versus the Panthers. I mean, you got to go. I feel like you got to go Tucker Craft. I mean, he's just been unbelievable this season. He seems like a must start. Let's see. I don't know. Do you say okay? Yeah, you said it was full PPR. Um, I mean, Kraft's been awesome. I mean, I don't know what his exact numbers are. Unfortunately, I don't own any shares of him, but I know I wish that I did because he's been great. But yeah, I don't even really like need to see his stats to know that you got to start Tucker Kraft. I mean, T Higgins has certainly come on, aided by Joe Flacco. Um, Flacco is a bit banged up this week, so I don't know. I don't know if Flacco's going to have like his full arm strength and everything like that. Let me double check what Flacco's injury is, but I feel like that's been talked about. Some concern about whether he's going to be able to throw those deep balls and such. Okay, so it's a shoulder injury. Um, I'm assuming it's probably okay. It says in his right shoulder. I'm assuming Flacco's a right-handed quarterback, so I believe that is his throwing shoulder. So if he even needed a tiebreaker, I feel like that would be it. So I'm definitely going Tucker Craft there. And then your other question is Worthy at Buffalo, Downs at Pittsburgh. Um, yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, Worthy's been pretty awful this year, but he's coming off a decent game. Also, I was looking at his game logs from last year, his rookie season, and he actually played the Bills twice last year, once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. He had a really solid game in both matchups last year against the Bills. So, I mean, this definitely could be like a fun shootout. So, I mean, normally I'm benching Worthy this year based on how mediocre he's been, but I definitely don't mind starting him here and what should be a good game environment and knowing he has a good history against the Bills. So I definitely don't mind starting Worthy. And then Downs against Pittsburgh. I feel like Pittsburgh's always kind of vulnerable in in like terms of like in the middle of their defense, just kind of historically and especially like last year and even into this year. I feel like tight ends and slot receivers tend to do well against them. I do feel like it could be more of like a Tyler Warren game. I feel like he's due for like just kind of like one of those monster 90 yards, 2 touchdowns kind of games. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little bit of a down game for Downs, no pun intended there. But yeah, that's a tough one. I'd probably go with your gut feeling there, but if you're asking me for my gut feeling, I'm going to say Worthy. Even though I feel like most weeks I would say Downs, but just kind of a bit of a gut call there. And then you say one quarterback, Jaden Daniels versus Seattle, Flacco versus Chicago. Oh, easily Jaden Daniels. I mean, I don't even care if it's 4 point passing touchdowns or 6 point. I'm 100% going Jaden Daniels there. Even if Flacco was healthy, I'd feel like I'd still probably go Daniels pretty easily. But with Flacco being banged up, easily Jaden Daniels. So yeah, hope that helped. Thanks for the question. Kamek says Darth Vader is pretty much the Dodgers. LOL. They have the highest payroll out of any team, and because they have all the money in the world, they can build a super team since the MLB has no salary cap. Sadly, yeah. I mean, I really don't know too much about baseball, but I feel like that's always been kind of one of the criticisms of baseball is that a few of the teams seem to have all the money and just kind of buy the championships and makes things a little less interesting in terms of the teams that don't have the money like actually having a chance. It seems like it's pretty tough sledding there. So um, yeah, I hear you on that. I mean, I think that's one of the best things about the NFL is that there's such parity, and every year you have so many surprise teams. Teams that are better than last year that you didn't expect, and vice versa. Teams that suddenly disappoint. So you definitely have a lot of turnover. I mean, of course, you have like a few teams that are usually like good year in year out. Usually, it's the teams with top end quarterbacks and good coaching and that kind of thing. But yeah, I definitely feel like the NFL is a lot more interesting in terms of just like you never know. I mean, it just seems like any given year, like just about any team has at least a chance to win the Super Bowl. And then Kamek says, unfortunately, I have no questions for my team since I have no actual bench. So I have to start my starters weekly, pretty much. LOL. Hey, well, there's one of the positives of having little depth on your team. It makes for really easy start sit decisions. I mean, honestly, that's not like the worst thing in the world. I mean, especially in these shallow redraft leagues. My brother's in one, and I help him with it. And I swear to God, like, I mean, if I'm counting that as like one of my leagues, that's probably the league I do the worst in. And we always have like a loaded bench because like we're always aggressive on waivers and if you know what you're doing, like in these casual leagues, like you can like scoop up all the good players on waivers, sometimes even before they break out. And so we end up with this like loaded roster, but then we have all these tough start sit decisions and we inevitably like make the wrong ones and just seem to get really unlucky with that and have a ton of points on our bench. So like honestly, like it almost feels like in these shallow redraft leagues, like it sounds crazy, but it feels a lot of times like having a good bench is almost more of like a liability than it is an asset. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if I'm completely crazy with that take. I mean, obviously there are pros and cons. I mean, there's certainly nice things about having the depth, especially when the bye weeks hit and injuries and everything. But I almost feel like maybe the better strategy for these shallow redraft leagues is have player. I mean, of course, you have to have like one or two players on the bench that you could throw into your lineup any given week in a pinch. But a lot of times you get those players on waivers if you need them anyways. So I feel like maybe the better play in these shallow redraft leagues is stock your benches with players that probably like aren't startable right now, but if they have an injury ahead of them or if they like suddenly break out, maybe they're like rookies or second year players, if they have that injury ahead of them or they suddenly like break out, kind of come into their own, then they're going to be like obvious starts. And then you'll still have easy starts at decisions. So, I just saw like in a league, like Ray Davis was dropped. Like that's a perfect example. Like roster like the Ray Davises of the world, like fill your bench with those kind of guys. Because if James Cook ever had an injury, I mean, Ray Davis could be like a league winner. I mean, pretty much be a workhorse running back in that Bills offense. I think he's a pretty good player too. So anyways, that's my take on that. But yeah, back to the questions here. Catching up on the live chat. Kamek says, hey, Colts could actually win the Super Bowl this season. LOL. Hey, I mean, they could. I mean, they have the best offense in the NFL. I mean, I've even been hearing comparisons to the greatest show on turf, that being the 99 Rams and early 2000 Rams, which is quite a comparison. I don't know if any of you guys watching are old enough to remember that. Yeah. Sadly, I am old enough to remember that. So yeah, I don't know if I'm quite going that far, but man, I mean, the offense has been unbelievable. I mean, they've been a huge surprise. So yeah, that's a perfect example. Like, why couldn't the Colts win the Super Bowl this year? I mean, it's very possible. So yeah, great example of that. Yeah, Kamek says NFL, anything is really possible. Yeah, I completely agree. Kamex also says, "Well, I'm in a dynasty league. I pretty much traded all my picks for elite players with young upside, so I can dominate for years without relying on the draft." I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I would hate to have moved like all of my future picks. I mean, are you actually talking like all 3 years out here, like 26, 27, 28? I mean, do you have like any picks left over from the next three drafts? Let me know. But I mean, that's typically not how I play. I mean, I definitely see managers doing that though, where like you'll look and they'll have like, like zero picks the next 3 years, or they might have like a random third and a random fourth, like in 27 or 28, and like that's pretty much it. And I mean, the thing is about those teams is, I mean, yeah, in some cases, like they're loaded because they've mortgaged their future, and so like their team better be good, right? But a lot of times, those teams aren't even really much better than the other like competitive teams in the league. So yeah, I don't know. Like I prefer to keep my picks. In fact, if anything, like I'm kind of notorious for stockpiling picks, and just building up a lot of future value. And I mean, I'm not afraid to trade those picks. I mean, I definitely love using them as buying power in season. Because what's great about that is like in season, you know who the studs are for this year. You know who the league winners are. And so that's when I like to tier up, when there's that certainty. I'd rather tier up in season when there's that certainty, as opposed to tearing up in the off season when there's uncertainty, where we don't know who the league winners are going to be. We don't always know who the studs are going to be, even though we think we do. So I would rather down tier in the off season when things are uncertain, and then accumulate a bunch of picks, extra capital, and then use that in season when the time is right, which is probably right about now as teams are getting eliminated from playoff contention. Now I'll move those and I'll buy myself like a James Cook or Rico Dottle or whoever like the awesome player is or the league winner. Then you kind of just have like your pick of the litter. I mean, if you find one of these awesome players on a rebuilding team, the only thing they're dying for picks, right? These managers, and they're dying to get rid of the points on their roster, especially if it's a running back or an older player. And then you just kind of have your pick of the litter. You can just buy anything you want because you have all these like picks stored up. So, and then you make a few a couple trades this time of year, and then it's just like bam, like all of a sudden you went from being like a solid contending playoff team to like, oh crap, like how the other managers are wondering like, how am I going to beat this guy? Like look at these two players he just traded for because he had all these picks saved up. So that's kind of how I like to do it. But I mean, there are a lot of different ways to succeed in dynasty. So yeah, many ways to skin a cat, as they say. Let's see. And then Kamek says, but every year you got good waiver players each and every season you'll find. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, we were just talking about how many surprises there are in the NFL in terms of which teams are good and which teams are bad. And I mean, the same is true with players. I mean, it's amazing how unpredictable things are just in terms of who the great players end up being, who the league winners end up being, just like random players that, emerge on waivers, whether they're kind of come back from the dead, maybe they haven't been fantasy relevant in a year or two and all of a sudden like they're back, or if it's just like a young player, maybe that doesn't have great draft capital that all of a sudden out of the blue just has a good game or is getting some hype. And I mean, you just never know. I mean, there've been a lot of guys like that this year. Yeah, I mean, look at like Aronde Gadsden and Harold Fannin, and I mean, yeah, a lot of great rookie tight ends, and I mean Scatabo, and even like JCM, although he's kind of been disappointing lately. Maybe he'll be better at Jaden Daniels. But yeah, there's just so many different guys. I mean, Troy Franklin at like wide receiver has like been really good lately. So a little skeptical of him, but anyways, I mean, who the guys are, but yeah, I completely agree with that. And then Camex also says, I don't have any picks, period. Okay. Like to say my roster, quarterback, Drake May, running back, Bijan, Gibbs, wide receiver, JSN, Dunze, Brock Bowers, and your flex, T. Higgins. My God. I mean, like, that is a sick starting lineup. So hey, like if you have 0 picks the next 3 years, I'm glad your starting lineup looks like that because that is absolutely sick. So yeah, I mean, well done. I mean, like my God, I would hate to be facing that team in a matchup. So that's pretty awesome, man. And then you say, so I like. Oh, so I feel like I set myself for years to come. Also, it's tight end premium. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you should be good. I mean, I would think you'd be pretty good for the next 3 years. I mean, you never know. Of course, like any player can always suffer an injury, um, or I don't know, just things can change quickly. I mean, I can't. I mean, if there are two running backs that are seemingly like immune from their NFL teams adding backfield competition via the draft or free agency, I mean, it would be Bijan Robinson and Jameer Gibbs. Um, I mean, weird things do happen though. I mean, I think back to like everyone was so excited about Kenneth Walker after his, really good rookie season. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like a top 5 running back in Dynasty. And then what do? They draft Zach Charbonnet. And then it's just like, oh boy, like now what? So, I mean, running back can be very volatile. I mean, if you've been playing Dynasty very long, I mean, you already know that. But I mean, Gibbs and Bijan do seem pretty safe for the next few years, I would think. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how that strategy plays out. I mean, you should definitely have a great chance to win the championship this year. Just keep in mind that the best team doesn't always win. I mean, there's always that, it's just about what team gets hot weeks 15 to 17. So, but I mean, I imagine you're probably the betting favorite, Camex, in your league. So that is a pretty sick starting lineup. J Bug says, yo, I was the guy whose trade got vetoed because the guy regretted it the day after. I traded away Bucky Irving for Chase Brown and Brian Thomas Jr. And you got a laughing emoji there. I got a trade offer though. I traded Bucky for Genty and Harvey. Oh wow. So you were able to trade Bucky Irving for Ashton Genty and RJ Harvey. My God, I mean that is an awesome deal. Especially since I mean, I own Bucky Irving in one dynasty league, and I'm a little nervous about him coming back from his injury. And is he going to be 100%? Is he going to possibly re-aggravate his injury? Makes me a little nervous. At least that's kind of what I mean, that's some of the sentiment I've been hearing about that Bucky Irving injury. I don't know a lot about it, but yeah, I mean, I would probably take Ashton Genty straight up. I could argue, and then you get a free RJ Harvey who recently had the 3 touchdown game. I mean, he didn't have it on a ton of snaps and touches, but I have to think that he's trending up, that he'll get more opportunity as the season goes on. I can't remember if the Broncos have had their bye week yet or not. I don't think they have. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. I could double check. But if the Broncos do have a bye week coming up, a lot of times these rookies get a bump in usage and opportunity after their bye week. So that could be something to look out for. But I have to think RJ Harvey scoring 3 touchdowns has earned him some more opportunity in that backfield. Even though it is Sean Payton, though. I mean, he's definitely I mean, how can I even describe Sean Payton? I mean, he's not always good for fantasy football. He's definitely kind of just doing his own thing and making questionable decisions with like playing time and committees at like different positions. So he can be really frustrating, and it seems like Harvey's caught in that a little bit. Of course, also J.K. Dobbins has just been playing really well and has probably earned the starting job to a degree. But I have to think RJ Harvey is really trending up. So yeah, I love that trade. Well done on that. Yeah, definitely a thumbs up on that, 100%. And then Kamek says, just feel like my team is so young and good across the board that I don't have to worry about my team for a while. And it's very good players. Injuries would screw me completely, but that's the game plan. Or that's the game I play. Okay. Hey, fair enough. I mean, like I said, there are a lot of different ways you can win in Dynasty. I mean, I think that's part of the fun of it. So I don't think there's necessarily one way that's 100% right and superior or whatever. Everyone kind of has like their own different preferences, but I do think it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out like over the next 1, 2, 3 years. And you'll kind of see like maybe it works great and you keep doing that. Maybe it backfires in some way and you end up changing your game plan, your strategy a bit. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, at the minimum, it'll be a good learning experience if it doesn't work out. But heck, maybe it does. I mean, even if you just win the championship this year and like win some good money, I mean, that alone would probably make you feel pretty good about it and would probably make it worth it. And you'll still probably uh be the betting favorite going into next year. So, don't hate it, when you're able to assemble a starting lineup like that. But yeah, a lot of different ways to play. And then let's see, we got Frank Nunez. I'm not sure. Have you ever been in the live chat before? I feel like that's a new name. If so, welcome. You say, what's cracking? Do you know anything about IDP? Yeah, actually, I do know a little bit about IDP. I am in one IDP league. It's a dynasty league. So you basically have to start 4 individual defensive players each week. They can be like any position. So you're not required to start like a certain number of defensive line, a certain number of linebackers, a certain number of defensive backs. They're basically just like 4 IDP flex spots that you got to start each week. So yeah, I mean, I could pull that up right now. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like an expert on IDP, but I mean, if you have an IDP question, I'm certainly happy to give it my best shot. But yeah, just for fun, like I'll pull up my IDP league, and I'm curious if anyone else here plays in IDP leagues. Like, I'm not sure. I assume it's not particularly common, but I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, let me know. Um, but yeah, it's actually this IDP league I play in. It's actually really fun. I call it. I mean, it's probably like the weirdest scoring league that I play in. I mean, the big play bonuses are massive. It's a 12-team dynasty league, start 11. I mean, quarterbacks get like 1 point for every 10 passing yards. I think they also get some kind of fractions of points for like completions. Tight ends, there's a 5.0 tight end premium, which is just absolutely insane. So tight ends absolutely rule the landscape in this league. So anyways, not to go off on too much of a tangent, but yeah, so like the 4 IDP players that I'm starting in this league this week are Nick Cross, the Colts defensive back, Nate Landman, the Rams linebacker. He's been really hot lately, I feel like. Cedric Gray, the Titans linebacker. He's been coming on a bit. And Shamar James, Cowboys linebacker. Yeah, he cooled down last game, but he really hot before that. And then on my bench, I have Tyke Smith, the defensive back for the Bucks, and he's been really solid this year. So yeah, feel free to shoot any IDP questions at me. But yeah, let's continue catching up with the live chat here. Let's see. Kamek says, I'm tied for the favorite. One other guy has a crazy good team, copied me after I went with my plan, LOL. But his team is a tad older than mine, so I have that over him. I def have the best dynasty team. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's funny that another guy saw what you were doing and was like, that seems to be working pretty well. Let me just, copy that strategy and just do the exact same thing as you. But sounds like he didn't do it as well if his team's older. Because I do feel like that would probably be like the fatal flaw with that strategy. I mean, if you do it with older players, you're probably not going to build much of a dynasty. I mean, your team's going to obviously age out sooner than later, probably. And yeah, you could be stuck in a bad situation where you end up having to do like a hard rebuild and you might not even have a ton of great assets to do it with, where you just have players that have aged out. No one wants to give you any picks for them. So yeah, that strikes me as a very dangerous strategy. I mean, I feel like those are the kind of teams that end up getting abandoned and become orphans, and then you got to find a new manager and no one wants to take it. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good reminder to if you or anyone else are dynasty commissioners, definitely make sure if anyone trades away their future first that they pay their league dues. I think that's really important to keep a dynasty league going. So yeah, I mean, that's my perspective on it. So hopefully that guy has paid his future league dues if he's trading all his picks for old players. And let's see, we have Alex CEO, who asks Stafford or Dart. That's a good question. I mean, man, like it's tough to bench either of those guys. Let me know whether it's 6 points or 4 points for passing touchdowns. I mean, if it's 4 points, I'm starting Dart easily with the rushing upside that he gives you. If it's 6 points per passing touchdown, it's probably closer. I mean, Stafford's been unbelievable this season. I mean, he's a guy that's tough to bench at this point in 6 point passing touchdown leagues. So, in that situation, I wouldn't mind playing Stafford. Let me think. Who do the Rams play this week? Here, I'll pull up the schedule. Let's see. The Rams play. I feel like I should know this by now, but oh yeah, they're home against the Saints. So solid matchup there. Stafford should be good. He's at home. I'm assuming he's going to stay hot after the bye week. And then Jackson Dart is home against the 49ers. So yeah, if it is a 6 point passing touchdown league, gosh, that's a really tough choice. I'm probably just going Dart. He's just been so good and he's just so much fun. It just seems like he produces every week and his rushing gives him like a nice floor in addition to a pretty nice ceiling. So yeah, in that situation, I'll lean slightly Dart, but if it is only 4 points per passing touchdown, I'd easily go Dart. And then let's see, we got Mac G. Welcome. You say, should I play Gadsden or Bowers this week? When it comes to wide receiver, Tet McMillan or Brian Thomas Jr.? And you say that it's a PPR. I'm assuming a full PPR there. Okay, so Gadsden or Bowers? I mean, man, that's a tough one, right? So I'm assuming Bowers is healthy now and is going to start this week. I mean, hard to imagine like ever benching Bowers, but I mean, Gadsden has just been unbelievable. So I mean, gosh, I mean, how do you bench Gadsden at this point, right? So I wouldn't really want to bench either of those guys. I mean, can you flex one of them? I mean, it is a full PPR. I mean, I do think either Bowers or Gadsden would be a solid flex play this week. I mean, I typically don't love playing most players like in their first week back from injury. Of course, there are some exceptions. I mean, if they're just like a complete stud, which I don't know. I mean, are we calling Bowers a complete stud? I mean, it was last year. We haven't quite seen it yet this year. So I don't know. I mean, that is a tough one. I mean, I'm assuming Bowers is off the injury report. I mean, let me just like check on that to be sure, if I'm going to give you advice about this. I mean, my first instinct is like, I would just play it safe. I mean, Gadsden has been red hot. Like, why would you want to take Gadsden out of your lineup to start some guy that, I mean, I not to call Bowers just some guy, but okay. Yeah. I mean, Bowers, gosh, I mean, I almost forgot that like Bowers actually did play in the first 4 games. I mean, I feel like he's barely played this year. Is that just me? But man, like if you had asked me like how many games Bowers had played, and I feel like I would have said like 1 or 2. So that's crazy. Seeing that he has played in 4 games. He had the big week 1, 5 catches for 103 yards, but been pretty mediocre after that. Like his yardage 38, 38, 46. His catches 5, 4, 5. Hasn't had more than 5 catches in a game. So call me crazy. Like, I think I'm just riding Gadsden. And then, I mean, if Bowers comes back here and has a massive game, I think you'll probably be happy about that, even if he's on your bench, just because then you'll feel good playing him going forward. It'll be nice to see him get through a game healthy. Let me refresh my memory in terms of what his injury is. Okay, it's a knee injury. So, I mean, last I checked, your knee is pretty important, if you're playing football. So, I mean, I definitely don't mind starting Bowers. I mean, if you just sort of want to go with the philosophy, like, okay, start your stud or whatever. But I mean, Gadsden's been a stud. So that is a really tough one. I'm going to say Gadsden. I'll be happy if Brock Bowers gets through the game healthy and has a big game on my bench, because then I'll start him the next week. But see if you can start Bowers in your flex. I mean, I definitely don't hate the idea of starting Bowers in my flex this week. So good question, though. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people that own Gadsden are wrestling with, start-sit questions like that. They're deciding between like Gadsden and then the tight end that they drafted to be their starter. So yeah, I think a lot of people are dealing with questions like that this week. But yeah, thank you for the question. Let's see where we left off here. Let's see. Okay, J-Bug says, thank you. Who should I start? Pick 2. Kareem Hunt, Bam Knight, Bill, RJ Harvey. Out of those players you don't pick, should I start Diggs over any of them for my flex? Okay, so you need 2 of those running backs. So Kareem Hunt is certainly going to have an elevated role with Isaiah Pacheco officially ruled out. That should be a high-scoring game too, Bills Chiefs. So I think Hunt should be pretty solid. I mean, I love Zonovan Knight this week. I mean, the Cardinals, the coach is saying, okay, it could be like a hot hand situation, but I kind of feel like Bam Knight's the guy at this point. Great matchup against the Cowboys. Monday Night Football. Should be a ton of points scored. So I definitely want to get Knight into my starting lineup if I can. I don't really love Bill this week. Kind of a tough matchup against the Seahawks. I feel like that game's on the road too, isn't it? And then Harvey, I mean, I hate to just chase the 3 touchdowns. He didn't get a lot of touches, so I don't hate Harvey as like a desperation guy. Um, but I'm not gonna like force him into my lineup. So honestly, I think I'd go Hunt and Bam Knight there. I feel like that's kind of easy for me, honestly. And then okay, then you say for the ones that I don't pick, meaning Bill and Harvey, should you start Stefan Diggs over any of them for your flex? Okay, so basically for your flex spot, it's either Stefan Diggs, JCM, or Harvey there. So yeah, I mean, let me look up how Stefan Diggs has been because I don't own him in any leagues. So let me kind of see like what he's been doing lately. It seemed like he was like hot like a few weeks ago. Yeah, he's definitely has cooled down. I mean, his yardage past 3 weeks 28, 69, 14 after having 100 receiving yards 2 straight games. So not sure exactly what's going on there. I mean, I see he's not playing a ton of snaps. I mean, basically his snap percentage over the past 4 weeks, even including when he had like the 146 yards, it's been between 50 and 59%. So it's really not very good. I mean, it's amazing that he had like 2 straight 100-yard games playing that minimal of snaps. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel great about Diggs right now. I mean, he's home against the Falcons. It's not a great matchup. I mean, I'm not gonna like shy away from it either, though. Um, so yeah, I don't think I do not think I'm feeling Bill this week. So I feel like it'd be between Harvey and Diggs. So let's see. Harvey plays what? Was it the Texans this week? Yeah, I believe he plays the Texans. So that's not really a great matchup either. Gosh, that's kind of a tough one. I'd probably play Stefan Diggs. I mean, I feel like he's probably due for a good game. I'm not sure why he hasn't been producing over the past 3 weeks, but it just feels a little bit better than Harvey. I mean, Harvey's still the RB2 on his own team. I don't know. I doubt he's going to get that many touchdown opportunities. I mean, I would think J.K. Dobbins is probably a better goal line running back. So it may have been a little fluky, Harvey scoring those touchdowns. Not saying he, couldn't get in the end zone again this week, but I'd probably go Stefan Diggs there. I can't remember if you said if it was a full PPR or not. But yeah, if it's a full PPR, I'm going Stefan Diggs. If it is non-PPR, maybe I would lean Harvey there. Maybe just hope he stays hot with the touchdowns because in non-PPR, you really want to chase those touchdowns as much as possible. So it may have been a little fluky, but if it's a non-PPR, maybe I'll roll the dice on Harvey. But even that would be kind of close. But yeah, definitely if it's half or full PPR, I'm going Stefan Diggs. And then Frank Nunez says, first time I seen your channel. Oh, awesome. Well, hey, glad you found us. Good to have you here. And then you say, we play only one IDP player. Would you want Spillane or Edmonds? Okay. I feel like Edmonds has had a really good season. I actually used to own him in this league, and I dropped him at one point, and I'm kind of mad because I feel like he's one of the best. He's been one of like the best IDP players this season. Certainly one of the best linebackers. Yeah, I mean he's been really good. I mean he has between 9 and 15 tackles for the last 5 weeks. So that's really awesome. So I don't know exactly what your scoring is. Even has like 3 interceptions this year. So yeah, he's been pretty awesome. So my instinct would say Edmonds. Let's see. The Bears play. I keep forgetting the schedule. Oh yeah, the Bears are against the Bengals. So yeah, I mean that should be fine. And then let's see. Oh yeah, Spillane was the other guy. So is he still on the Raiders? Let's see. Yeah, I used to own him in this IDP league as well. Okay, no, Spillane. Oh, Spillane's on the Patriots now. Okay. And Spillane is playing. Okay, and he's been really good this season too. Oh man. Well, I can see why you got a tough decision here. So yeah, both players have been really good. Yeah, I mean Spillane has between 9 and 15 tackles and looks like 5 of the last 6 weeks. So yeah, he's been awesome. I'd probably go. That's a tough one. I'd probably go Spillane because I feel like maybe. I mean, typically, you want to play a linebacker against an offense that's going to be leading. So I'm trying to think, between like the Bengals and the Falcons, like I'm trying to think which team has a better chance to be leading in their game. I don't necessarily think either do. I mean, I feel like I'd probably favor the Bears and Patriots this week. But I don't know, maybe just on a gut feeling and, the fact that the Falcons have Bijan and Tyler Algier. They're also coming off a loss, so maybe they want to um, get back to running the ball a bit, establish that, keep Drake May off the field. So yeah, gut call. I'll say Spillane there, but hey, good problem to have. Like those are a couple really good IDP players. So yeah, you definitely got some good options there for sure. And then J Bug says, and also, should I start Spears, Brashard Smith, Harvey, or Kelsey at flex? Let me know what the scoring is, J Bug. But I'll just assume it's a full PPR and no tight end premium. I mean, Travis Kelsey's been really good. It's tough to bench him. Tajay Spears has been coming on a little bit. I do like Brashard Smith as like a really sneaky, at least like a really good desperation play, if nothing else, with no Isaiah Pacheco. I definitely feel like Brashard Smith should get, and I would expect him to get double-digit touches this week. I was surprised he only had like 2 touches last week after he had a bunch the week before. I know a lot of those touches the week before were like in garbage time, but I was still expecting more out of Brashard Smith last week. I was definitely disappointed. I even started him in a league, and he just completely did nothing. So, but I do feel like this is the perfect game script for Brashard Smith. I mean, it should be a shootout, a lot of passing between the Bills and Chiefs. So I definitely feel like, I mean, that just has Brashard Smith written all over it. And now you got no Pacheco there, really clears the way. I mean, Hunt is pretty washed at this point, even though I still think he's a decent play in fantasy just on volume and touchdown opportunity. I do think Brashard Smith is pretty interesting, though. But if you can only start one of those, I mean, I think you have to go Travis Kelsey. I mean, he's just been so good. If it's a full PPR league, even if there's no tight end premium, I'm probably just going Kelsey. Just hope he stays hot. Those are all pretty decent options, though. I mean, yeah, definitely don't hate any of them. But yeah, I'm starting Travis Kelsey there. Then Kamek says, like, he has Deebo Samuel in his flex with him having no picks. It's definitely going to be rough. Okay. So you're talking about that dynasty manager that copied your strategy and traded all of his future picks for like older studs. So yeah, if it's guys like Deebo Samuel, like, yeah, that team is probably not going to age well. So yeah, I definitely like the way you did it a lot better than that manager for sure. And then Kamex also says Bowers reportedly is back to full health, which is why Pete Carroll wanted him to rest till after the bye week. So apparently he's very good to go. Okay. Well, hey, I mean, if that's the case, if all reports are saying that, I definitely have zero issue throwing Bowers right in my starting lineup. I mean, that's why I was saying, like, try to start him in your flex spot if you can, because I definitely don't want to have Brock Bowers on my bench. I mean, that just seems really wrong and probably a decision that you'll regret. But I think the same is true of Oronde Gadsden. I really don't want to start bench either of those guys. So I mean, honestly, I've been talking about this for a while. I really feel like this is probably the deepest I've ever seen tight end. So if ever there were a year, at least in full PPR leagues, if ever there were a year where you can start tight ends in your flex spot or flex spots, I feel like this is the year. So I have zero issue starting both Gaston and Bowers this week. So that's how I'm viewing it. All right. And then catching up on the chat here. Yeah, Camex also says Bauer's first game was the only game that he wasn't injured. Okay. So I guess that explains why he had the 100 yards week 1 and then was just kind of a bit of a dud the next 3 weeks after that before then missing time. So yeah, I mean, that almost makes me feel even better because at least he has a good excuse then for why he didn't produce those 3 games in a row early in the season. And then we got This Me 313. I definitely feel like that name looks familiar. I feel like we haven't seen you in the live chat in a while, but yeah, I feel like I've seen you in here before. So hey, welcome back if that's the case, or let me know if I'm completely making that up. But you ask Ferg or Bowers since we already discussed in Bowers. Gosh, that's another good one. I mean, I feel like there could be a lot of start-sit questions this week of like this tight end versus that tight end, or even for the flex spot, like this tight end versus, insert running back or receiver. I definitely feel like it's a real conversation. So, man, that's a tough one. I mean, I don't know exactly what to think of Jake Ferguson. I mean, I believe he's coming off like a goose egg last week, which is pretty weird. I guess you could read into that Lamb is fully healthy now, and Pickens has been really good this year. So, could Jake Ferguson be kind of the odd man out? I mean, he probably is the third target in the offense. I'm assuming at this point, but I mean, it is such a good offense. They throw the ball a lot, so I definitely think I don't want to panic over Ferguson having a goose egg. I mean, that just happens with players sometimes. They just sometimes have a dud. So it doesn't mean that he's suddenly unstartable or anything like that. I still think Jake Ferguson's a pretty solid start. I mean, it should be a great game environment. Cowboys, Cardinals on Monday Night Football. I mean, that just sounds like a really fun, high scoring game to me. So I definitely don't mind getting some pieces of that game. I think Ferguson's a pretty solid way of doing that. I'm going to go Brock Bowers, though. I mean, yeah, I mean, if he's like fully healthy now and there are just like zero concerns, I mean, you got to start Brock Bowers. I know Jake Ferguson has been unbelievable this season and definitely not excited to have him on my bench. Maybe you consider playing him in your flex spot. So, yeah, let me know what players you have in your flex spots right now. And then maybe I can tell you if I like Ferguson better than any of them. But if it's a full PPR league, I do think Jake Ferguson's a pretty solid flex play this week. And then let's see, we have King of Persia. That definitely seems like a new name. So, hey, welcome to the channel. And you asked, should I start Olave or Kareem Hunt at flex? That's an interesting one because with the Saints, we have Tyler Shuck taking over as the starting quarterback this week. Definitely makes me a little nervous. I mean, not that Spencer Rattler was some world beater or whatever, but he at least wasn't getting in the way too much of, Olave being really good just about every week. Rashid Shaheed's been pretty solid. Juwan Johnson's been pretty darn good this year, at least relative to expectations. So it definitely is throwing a variable into this equation here with a brand new quarterback, a rookie making his first NFL start. So I don't mind avoiding the Saints a little bit this week and just kind of seeing how that plays out. And hey, if Shuck goes in there and plays great and the Saints pass catchers produce, like I'll probably be happy even if that's on my bench because then I'll feel like okay, this isn't going to be a big issue. I can feel good starting my Saints moving forward. So I don't mind playing it that way. So yeah, I mean, you hate to bench Olave. I mean, the Saints do like to throw the ball a lot. We'll see if that continues under Tyler Shuck. Um, okay, but yeah, it's between Olave and Kareem Hunt. Yeah, I mean, Kareem Hunt's just one of those guys where like it feels gross, but with Pacheco out, he does feel pretty viable. I mean, let me see like what Kareem Hunt did last week because I don't own him on any teams, but he is one of those like annoying guys to play against. I mean, I feel like I'm always playing against them, and like I played against him that week. He fell into the end zone twice. It was just like, oh, I lost like a close matchup, and it's just like really like freaking Kareem Hunt. So he's kind of that annoying player to play against. Oh, hey, we got Randy in the chat. He says, Dan, hey, Randy, great to have you here. I feel like I haven't seen you in a little while, so glad you could make it. But yeah, back to King of Persia. Yeah, so between Olave and Kareem Hunt, so I'm pulling up Kareem Hunt's game log right here. Okay, so last week against the Commanders, he had 9 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown, 1 catch for 2 yards. Oh, and a receiving touchdown. Yeah, he just finds a way to get into the end zone. It should be a high-scoring game. So, and I definitely feel like the odds are pretty good of Kareem Hunt finding the end zone at least once, maybe even twice. I mean, he's done it twice now this season. So, man, that is a tough one. Gosh, so I'm assuming this is a full PPR league. I mean, it's definitely a close call in a full PPR. I mean, Rams aren't like a great matchup for receivers, anyways. I still think Olave is a solid start this week. You know what? I'm just going to go Kareem Hunt because this is how I'm deciding it. If I'm your opponent this week, I'm trying to think like which player am I more scared of? If I see Chris Olave on the other side this week, or if I see Kareem Hunt. I feel like I'm more scared if I see Kareem Hunt. I'll just be like, oh man, like I just know he's gonna fall into the end zone twice and probably catch a few passes and have some rushing yards and some receiving yards, and he's just an annoying player to play against. So yeah, give me the annoying player. I want to annoy my opponent this week. So I feel like Kareem Hunt is that ultimate, annoy your opponent and start this guy, and he's gonna find a way to fall into the end zone and score a bunch of points and. Yeah. So yeah, give me the annoying player. I'll take Kareem Hunt. And then J Bug asks or says, okay, thank you. It is full PPR. Yeah. Would you start Brashard Smith over Kareem Hunt? And my other question before, or would you still start Hunt? Okay. So if you have both of the Chiefs running backs, I think you got to start Kareem Hunt. I mean, I hate to say that because Hunt does seem pretty slow and washed. Whereas like Brashard Smith is so fun and explosive and he's definitely got the juice. So Man, I mean, my heart wants to say Brashard Smith, but I feel like that would be like malpractice to suggest starting Brashard Smith over Kareem Hunt. I mean, we got to see a little more consistency from Brashard Smith. I mean, what has he had? Like one decent game. I mean, Kareem Hunt is just so much more proven. The Chiefs trust him. He's going to get the touches. He's going to get goal line opportunities. So yeah, as much as I would love to say Brashard Smith, and hey, I wouldn't be shocked if I wouldn't be like absolutely shocked if Brashard Smith outproduced him this week, but I do feel like it's unlikely. So money on the line. Give me Kareem Hunt. As gross as it sounds, but like I said, like your opponent probably won't be happy to see him on the other side. So that's why you got to start him. And then Frank Nunez says, another IDP question. I'm in first place and setting up my roster for playoffs. Would you pick up Hunter and put him on IR spot just in case he comes back? He is IDP eligible. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you're saying Travis Hunter is on waivers in this league? Yeah, 100% I'm picking him up. My God. I mean, has he been on waivers long? I mean, if no one's had the opportunity to pick him up yet, I mean, I would drop some serious fab to get him. I mean, he's like a cheat code in IDP league. I mean, he was just starting to break out. He had that massive game in the last game that he played before the bye week. I mean, talk about a cheat code that you can start at IDP and, get some defensive snaps as well. So yeah, you get stats on both sides of the ball. But even if he wasn't getting defensive backs, I mean, just imagine being able to play like a potential young stud wide receiver breaking out in your flex spot rather than a defensive player. So, I mean, that's an absolute cheat code. So, yeah, absolutely get Travis Hunter. And even more so if you can stash him in an IR slot. He doesn't even take up a roster spot. So, yeah, definitely find someone to drop to pick up Travis Hunter and yeah, drop some fab to get him for sure. And then Randy asks, or Randy says, I know, haha. So, okay, yeah, you're responding to how I haven't seen you here in a while. You say, I've been busy as F. I've been remodeling our house, unfortunately. Been super busy. Once I get this remodel done, I want to join the live stream. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely been trying to get you back on the live stream here for a while now. We had you on the one time along with your brother. That was a lot of fun. We got that three-way dynasty trade done live, which was super cool. So yeah, would love to have you back on a live stream again sometime really soon. So yeah, let me know when you're free. I mean, you know our schedule at this point. I mean, it's pretty much Wednesday night, Saturday night. So if you think you're free, one of these upcoming Wednesdays or Saturdays, definitely let me know. And yeah, let's make it happen, man. Would love to have you on here. And hey, we got Seb in the chat. Welcome. You say, Mr. Dan, just popping in to say hi. Hey, appreciate it, Seb. Good to see you. Yeah, feel free to stick around. Let me know if you have any start sit questions. I was thinking about. Sorry, I didn't respond to your message on Sleeper. I've definitely have had a lot going on recently. But yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, so Seb and I actually co-manage two dynasty teams, and so yeah, you were asking about a start sit decision in Blood, Sweat, and Beers. And actually, you were questioning that I had Brashard Smith in the starting lineup. So I ended up taking him out. Ultimately, I had to, I guess, go with logic over my heart. But I replaced him with Jacoby Brissett. It's a super flex league. I mean, Kyler Murray. I mean, basically, they said Brissett's going to start over Kyler Murray, who doesn't seem like he's fully healthy. So I feel like Brissett is a really sneaky streaming quarterback this week, whether you play one quarterback or super flex. Obviously, you'd have to be a little desperate in one quarterback to start him, but I could see him having a really good game here against the Cowboys. I mean, that has just been an absolutely dream matchup for quarterbacks lately. I mean, we saw Bo Nix go nuts against them and a lot of other QBs as well. So, yeah, I ended up starting Brissett over Brashard Smith, but yeah, I do have some tough start-sit decisions in that league. I mean, I could pull it up just for fun. I mean, heck, I mean, maybe the chat can help me with a start sit question here. But basically, this is what I'm wrestling with here. So let me know what you think, chat. But I mean, basically, I can start. I mean, I feel like I want to start Brissett for sure, but I have like two other flex plays, so I can start like two of the following players. So Woody Marks, Jake Ferguson, Brashard Smith, Josh Downs. Oh, and Xavier Worthy. So pretty tough there. I mean, that's like 5 pretty solid options. So yeah, Worthy at the Bills, Downs at the Steelers, Rashard Smith at the Bills, Jake Ferguson against the Cardinals, Woody Marks against the Broncos. So yeah, let me know, chat. Of those 5 players, I can start 2 of them. So let me know if you have any thoughts on which 2 of those players you would start. Woody Marks, Ferguson, Worthy, Rashard Smith, and Josh Downs. Yeah, let me know. I'm kind of struggling with it right now. I won't tell you which 2 I have in right now because I don't want to influence your answers. But yeah, let's catch back up with the live chat here. All right, Frank Nunez says, "Okay, so to pick up Hunter, I will have to drop someone. Would you drop Caleb Williams and pick up Goff?" Okay, so I'm assuming this is a redraft league. Let me know. I mean, yeah, this couldn't be Dynasty because yeah, no one's dropping Travis Hunter in Dynasty. So this is a redraft league. Okay, you'd have to drop Caleb Williams and pick up Goff. Okay, why would you have to pick up Goff? Because you wouldn't otherwise have a starting quarterback this week. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm assuming you could, yeah, you drop Caleb Williams and then you would add Travis Hunter, move him into the IR slot, and then you would now need a quarterback to start this week. So you're saying you can pick up Jared Goff off waivers? Yeah, I would 100% do that. I mean, let me know if it's 4 points or 6 points for passing touchdowns. I mean, if it is only 4 points for passing touchdowns, I might be a little more hesitant to drop Caleb Williams because he does give you those rushing stats, which are really important in 4-point passing touchdown leagues. But if it's 6 points per passing touchdowns, 100%, I'll drop Caleb Williams, add Travis Hunter, move Nair, pick up Jared Goff. I mean, Jared Goff's always an underrated quarterback in fantasy, especially 6-point passing touchdown leagues. But yeah, let me know if it's 4 points or 6 points. And then Jay Bug says, would you start TreVeyon Henderson over Chase Brown or Rome Odunze this week? I definitely start him over Chase Brown. I'm just a little nervous about the Bengals with Flacco's injury and him being maybe a little limited or restricted in some way, or maybe just gets re-injured, or who knows. So I mean, if Browning's in there, all bets are off with the Bengals, right? I mean, they were so much worse with Browning in there. So I mean, Rome Odunze, I mean, tough to bench him. Unfortunately, I don't own any Odunze, so let me pull up his game log just to see like exactly how good he's been this year. But definitely seems like a guy you don't want to be benching. All right, so Odunze looks like he's like the wide receiver 14. At least that's what sleeper player card says. And okay, I mean, Odunze has been kind of quiet overall the past 3 weeks. I mean, he's coming off the big game, 7 catches, 114 yards, but before that, 2 for 32, 2 for 31. And he hasn't scored a touchdown the past 3 weeks, even though he had, looks like 5 touchdowns through the first 4 weeks. But man, at Cincinnati, I mean, that's a great matchup. Had tough to bench Odunze. So wait, what were the other options again? Wait, let me scroll back up to your question. By the way, we got 10 people watching right now. Awesome to have everyone here. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, definitely make sure you're subscribed. It's the easiest and freest way to support us. And if you're already subscribed, definitely drop us a like. Helps the algorithm. And yeah, we definitely want to grow the channel here. We've recently hit 120 subs and definitely got our sights set on 200. So appreciate the help, the support. You guys have been awesome. So thank you. And yeah, I will get back to answering your questions here. So let's see where we left off. Yeah, it was with shoot. Got so many comments here. I lost my spot. Oh yeah. So it was J Bug about TreVeyon Henderson versus Chase Brown versus Rome Odunze. So yeah, I feel like Chase Brown I have third on that list. So yeah, between TreVeyon Henderson and Rome Odunze, I mean, I guess Odunze is the safer start, but I definitely feel like it could be that breakout for TreVeyon Henderson this week. I mean, we saw some signs of life from him last week. 10 rushes for 75 yards. That was great to see. Ramondre Stevenson is officially out. So, I mean, it should be the TreVeyon Henderson show. I mean, they also have that guy, what's his name, like Jennings or something. I mean, like, I don't even like, I barely even, I mean, I'd like never heard of that guy until like a week ago. So I don't think he's going to be too much of a factor. Antonio Gibson's on IR. So man, tough to bench Henderson. It's not like an amazing matchup or anything, but gosh, I mean, I would hate to bench either Henderson or Doomsday. So that really is a tough one. Let me know if it's a full PPR league. I mean, Henderson can catch it though, so I don't even know if it makes the question that much easier. Man, that really is a tough one. I guess I'm going to lean Odunze just because he's more proven. But man, like I would hate to bench Henderson as well. I mean, is there anyone else you can bench for Henderson? Let me know if you have any other options that you could possibly bench for Henderson, because I do think he should be a really solid start this week as well. And then J Bug also asked, would you start Brissett over Darnold in a one quarterback league full PPR? Yeah, I mean that's an interesting one. I mean, Darnold's been really solid this year. Definitely let me know whether it's 4 points or 6 points for passing touchdown. As you guys can tell, I definitely ask that a lot because, I mean, it does make a huge difference in terms of making decisions on which quarterback to start this week. So, yeah, it definitely helps to put that in your question. Just put like 4 point or 6 point, and I'll know what you mean by that. Um, but, yeah, I mean, I'd probably just lean Darnold. I mean, because Darnold has been really solid this year. It's a great matchup as well. So, it might be getting a little cute to start Brissett over, just a rock solid quarterback like Darnold. But I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, it's certainly in the range of outcomes Brissett could outproduce him. So if you have a strong gut feeling about Brissett, and you want to have some fun by, having someone in the Monday night game, I definitely don't hate it, starting Brissett over. I mean, I'm definitely not going to think you're crazy or try to talk you out of it. But I just try not to get like too cute with stuff like that. Also, I think Kyler Murray is going to be like on hand as like a backup or something. So I think the coach said like he's going to have a role or something like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to worry too much about that, but it does just make me like ever so slightly nervous that like, is this going to be like are they going to really play both quarterbacks? Is Kyler actually going to get some meaningful snaps? Is he going to, vulture some touchdowns or something? So I feel like that's enough to just not get cute with it and just play the proven rock solid quarterback in Darnold. He has been really solid this year. So yeah, I'm going to go Darnold there. And then Frank Nunez says, everyone in my league hoards quarterback, so Goff is available. And would Linda want him over Williams rest of the season? I assume there's some kind of typo there. And you ask, what do you think? I mean, rest of the season, I mean, again, let me know if it's 6 points or 4 points for a passing touchdown. But if it's 4 points, I'd rather have Caleb Williams. If it's 6 points, it's kind of a toss-up. You know what I mean? Yeah, just let me know. I mean, yeah, I don't even want to it's such a tough question to answer if it's 6 point that I don't even want to rack my brain if it's a moot point because of, if it's 4 point. But yeah, if it is 4 point, definitely go Caleb Williams there. But if it is 6 point, I'm definitely dropping Caleb Williams to pick up Travis Hunter, stash him in IR, and then I'll just add Goff at that point because I don't think it's 6 points. I don't think it's that huge of a difference between Goff and Caleb Williams. And then J Bug says, I like Brissett and Worthy probably the most out of those options. And Ferguson, I like Woody, but he is playing a tough defense. I try not to worry too much about matchups. I mean, let me know what you guys think. But I feel like for the most part, when I chase matchups, this guy's a great matchup, I'm going to start him, or let's say it's a fringe, kind of fringe starter, or this guy's got a really tough matchup. I'm going to bench this guy even though he's good. I just feel like it tends to not work out very well, and it just the opposite of what you think ends up happening. So, I mean, of course, sometimes the matchup does matter, but we're just bad at telling when it ends up mattering and when it doesn't. So for that reason, I try to just ignore matchups for the most part and just start my best players. But I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all. I mean, I basically consider the matchup to be a small factor, but it is a factor in the equation. Probably the best way to explain is it's like a tiebreaker. So if it's really close between two players in terms of which one is the best guy or which one has been the best guy this season or whatever, okay, if it's that close, start the guy with a better matchup. But I just try not to chase that and put too much emphasis on that. I just over the years it just usually hasn't gone well when I chase those matchups and put too much emphasis on it. So that's my perspective. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear other people's perspectives on that. And let's see. We got Josh Ryan. Welcome. You say, do you think I should trade Caleb Williams, Zay Flowers, and Bryce Young for Purdy and Mac Jones and Abuka? I have Daniel Jones already at quarterback. It's a full PPR uh, quarterback flex league. Okay, so I'm assuming you mean it's a super flex league, so you can start two quarterbacks each week. Let me know if I'm misunderstanding things, but yeah, I'm assuming it's a super flex league and a full PPR, and I'm assuming this is a redraft league. Let me know if it's dynasty, but yeah, you're basically asking, should you give up Caleb Williams, Zay Flowers, and Bryce Young in a super flex league for the 49ers quarterbacks, Purdy and Mac Jones, as well as Abuka? I mean, I do think Abuka's a nice buy low right now on his bye week. So I like the idea of buying low on Abuka. Between Abuka and Flowers, I think they're both really good receivers, but I'd probably take Abuka rest of the season, even though I'm higher on Flowers probably than the market. And then with the quarterbacks, you're giving up two quarterbacks in Caleb Williams and Bryce Young, and you're getting back one starting quarterback in Purdy, who's been banged up a lot this season in and out of the lineup, but you're also getting the backup Mac Jones, who's been really solid when he's filled in as well. But the main thing is you're getting up two starting quarterbacks for one. But you say you also have Daniel Jones. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind rocking with Daniel Jones and 49ers quarterback. I mean, it's nice to have a third quarterback for bye weeks and injuries, but it's not like Bryce Young has been, that amazing this season. He's been kind of disappointing. I'm hoping it gets better because I own a few Bryce Young shares, both in Dynasty and my I think I ended up dropping him in my redraft league. It's not a super flex league, just a one quarterback. So yeah, I think I'd probably do that. I mean, Buka feels like a pretty nice upgrade from Zay Flowers, and between like Caleb Williams and Purdy, I don't think there's a big difference there. So yeah, you're basically giving up Bryce Young to upgrade Flowers to Abuka. Yeah, I think I'd be willing to do that. I'm assuming you don't start too many players each week. I'm assuming it's like a relatively shallow league. So I'm assuming it's like probably like a start 7, start 8 plus like kicker and defense. But yeah, let me know. That could help me answer it as well. But yeah, just generically speaking, I would make that trade. I'd take the Abuka side. But yeah, that is an interesting trade, though. I do think Abuka is a really sneaky buy low right now. I mean, he gets his bye week to kind of heal up. He's coming off a few down games, but I mean, I think the Bucks will be back to normal after the bye week. I think they'll be healthier. They'll have a week of, extra week of rest. So I like buying Abuka. Yeah, definitely. If you have like a winning record in your redraft league, see if you can send out some offers for Abuka right now. See if you can get a nice deal on him. And then Seb says Jacoby should be okay, especially against Dallas. He hasn't even been bad. Ferguson/Downs, I would go with, but that's just me. Downs has been getting more involved finally. I mean, I don't know. I mean, has he? Because I mean, Downs only had 3 targets last week. I mean, maybe we didn't, totally notice because he had the touchdown, and I think he was pretty solid like the week or two before that, week or 2 weeks before that. So he has been a little better lately, but I don't know. It still doesn't feel great. I mean, I love that he's on a great offense. I love that the production has been a bit up lately, but still doesn't seem like he's getting a ton of targets. He only seems, if he doesn't play like a ton of snaps either, I think he's just out there in 3 receiver sets in the slot. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it could be a high scoring game between Colts and Steelers. Should be a pretty fun game. But I don't know. Don't feel like amazing about Downs. I think he's fine though. I mean, you could certainly do worse in your flex than Josh Downs. But yeah, but for anyone wondering what specifically Seb is talking about here, he's answering my question that I asked a few minutes ago about which 2 players to start in the dynasty team that Seb and I co-manage. And basically, I can start like 2 of the following 5 players: Jake Ferguson, Josh Downs, Woody Marks, Xavier Worthy, and Brashard Smith. It's a full PPR league, no tight end premium. So yeah, if anyone else has any recommendations for which 2 guys to start there, definitely let me know. But Seb says Jake Ferguson and Josh Downs. So yeah, I won't say yet which 2 players I have in there. I don't want to influence the answers. And then Frank Nunez says 6 points per passing touchdowns. Okay, so yeah, so Frank, you were the one asking about the. Oh yeah, so yeah, if it's 6 points per passing touchdown, absolutely drop Caleb Williams, add Travis Hunter, move him to IR, and pick up Jared Goff, 100%. So easy moves there. So I would do that immediately, 100%. Let's see. And then Seb says Worthy has been okay. He's basically confirmed 10 points, but I don't know. Mahomes don't really seem to favor him as mine, but that's just me. Yeah, I mean, Mahomes has definitely had more eyes for Rashee Rice and Travis Kelsey. It definitely seems like Xavier Worthy's been kind of the black sheep, the odd man out a little bit. So he's coming off like a decent game. So I hope it's the start of him heating up. And I mean, the Chiefs' offense has been pretty good. I mean, Mahomes is back to being Mahomes for fantasy. I mean, that's great to see. So I definitely think Worthy still is a really good young player with a lot of upside moving forward. So I think he's a fine start this week. Don't feel like amazing about it, but I do think he could be kind of sneaky this week in that Chiefs Bills game. So yeah, it's definitely someone I'm considering. And then Kamek says Joe Flacco seems like he's going to be good to go, not fully healthy, but good enough to go. Yeah, I mean that's my understanding of it as well. He should be out there, but again, like, does he have full arm strength? Is the injury impacting how far downfield he can throw? Is it impacting his accuracy? Um, you know, there's a lot of ways that could go wrong, right? I mean, he could get re-injured. I mean, like I said, if Browning has to go in there, then it's just like, oh, I mean, it's just like the death of fantasy points. It feels like if Browning's in there, I mean, he was just that bad. So definitely makes me a little nervous about starting Bengals. I mean, of course, you're starting Jamar Chase no matter what. You're probably starting T Higgins no matter what. Chase Brown, should be solid. I could see starting other players over him this week though because of the Flacco injury. So I guess that's where it starts to get a little borderline maybe. But yeah, it definitely makes me nervous. And then let's see, we got Warrior Loft says, "What's up, bro?" Yeah, hey, I feel like that's a new username. So if you're new, welcome. Good to have you here. And then Frank Nunez. Okay, wait, you deleted that. Okay, and then Warrior Loft says, half PPR, start Marvin Harrison Jr. versus the Cowboys or Debo. And you put in parentheses, not 100% healthy. Jaden Daniels versus a good Seahawks defense. Okay, I think you're saying that. I'm not sure if you're saying that Debo isn't 100% healthy or Jaden Daniels isn't. I mean, both have dealt with injuries lately. So, yeah, maybe you could consider both of them, not 100% healthy necessarily. Okay, but basically you're asking between Marvin Harrison and Debo. I mean, Debo's been pretty good this year. Not a great matchup against the Seahawks. I'm going Marvin Harrison here. I mean, it's just like I want as many pieces of that Cowboys Cardinals game as I can get. I mean, I think that's just going to be. I mean, it seems like every week the Cowboys game is like the game that's like, oh, why don't I have more fantasy players going in this game? So give me a piece of that game. I mean, anyone that's been watching the channel long knows I love Marvin Harrison. He's due for a good game. Like, I mean, if he can't produce in this game, then maybe we can really start to worry about him. But I'm 100% going Marv here. I just believe this is a dream matchup. I've got to think he's going off for 100 yards and, probably finds the end zone. So, yeah, give me Marvin Harrison here. No question about it. And then Seb says, just seen Marks is against Broncos. Yeah, he needs to be sat. LOL. I go with Ferg/Downs, to be honest. Okay. So it sounds like Seb puts a little more weight into the matchups. Yeah, I mean, Marks has been pretty good, though. I mean, he definitely seems to get a lot of touches and he catches the ball. He's good for PPR leagues, which this league is. So I'm not too worried about the matchup, but I can certainly understand Seb's concern. I mean, you see a matchup against the Broncos and, you don't exactly get, a warm, fuzzy feeling like, oh, I got to start this guy. It doesn't feel great. But if Woody Marks is my best player, I'm probably just starting him. And I'm trying to think of those 5 players. Like, I'm trying to think which have been the best 5 this season. I mean, Ferguson would have to be one of them. And it probably would have to be Woody Marks. I mean, it's not Brashard Smith. It's not Worthy. And probably not Josh Downs. So, yeah, if I'm just starting, like, which of the 2 players have been best for me this season, it's probably Ferguson and Woody Marks. So I think that is actually what I have in there right now. So, hey, I'm a man of my word. I practice what I preach here. So I'm not saying it isn't close. I mean, I could be persuaded. So yeah, if anyone has any different thoughts or any good arguments, or maybe has a point I hadn't considered about any of those guys, definitely let me know. But I feel like those have been my two best players, so I'm just gonna rock with them. I don't see anything in the matchup that like terrifies me and makes me want to go away from that. And then Seth says, but we are screwed and waste. Okay, you're alluding to waste management, which is the other dynasty league that we co-manage. LOL. That's an L. Yeah, I'm still reading Seb's comment, by the way. Hopefully we beat median. Besides that, Higgins is our last guy for a bye, so we should be good enough after this week. Okay. So yeah, I think you're saying that Higgins is like our last of the good players that hasn't had his bye week yet. So yeah, it'll be nice when that's over. We definitely have been suffering from the bye week blues here lately on that team, but yeah, it's nice. It feels like we have like most of our players available this week. I feel like. So I mean, last I looked at the lineup in that league, I mean, I feel like it was looking pretty good. I think there was one decision I was questioning. Oh yeah, I think it was like, should we start Pollard? But then when Swift was ruled out, you move Pollard into there, so that kind of made it an easy choice there. But yeah, I wouldn't say we're screwed in that league. I mean, I haven't looked at our matchup, so I don't know exactly how good our opponent is, but I thought our starting lineup looked decent. So I give us a puncher's chance in that league this week. And then Frank Nunez says, guess who is number 121? Wings up. Not sure what that means. Let me know. Maybe I'm stupid or ignorant here, but yeah, I'm not sure what that means. So yeah, fill me in on that. And then J Bug says, yes, full PPR. Kyron, CeeDee Lamb, or Rasheed are my other options that I could sit for Travion Henderson. It's a 12-man full PPR, and you got a crying emoji. All right, so full PPR. Yeah, so I mean, you're not benching Lamb, you're not benching Rice. I mean, yeah, I don't know how you can bench Kyron. So man, I mean, I guess you just got a really good team then. So I mean, that's a good problem to have. So yeah, you're not benching any of those guys, but hey, I appreciate you letting me know. Just just in case I saw a player there that I wasn't crazy about, then maybe I would have suggested starting Travion over them. And let me think, who does Kyron Williams play this week? He plays the Saints. Yeah, I mean that's not a matchup you're scared of. So yeah, I guess you're benching Travion Henderson then. Yeah, I mean it's a close call between Henderson and Odunze. So I don't know. I'll think about that one some more. But I mean, when in doubt, start your best player. Who has your best player been? Among Odunze and Travion Henderson, it's definitely been Odunze. So yeah. But hey, I mean, if Henderson has a big game, even if it's on your bench, I think you'll probably be pretty happy to see that because you can feel good about starting him going forward. Although I guess it would still be hard to get him in your lineup, but maybe you have some guys on buys in the coming weeks or some guys that get injured. So I'm sure Henderson will come in handy at some point here. So yeah, I think that's one of those that you can be happy if he has a good game on your bench. I mean, you're probably going to win anyways, and that sounds like a really good starting lineup. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, good problem to have. And then, hey, we got Nahal in the chat. Welcome. Nahal says, what's up, Danny? Start two of these four. Tracy, Rico Dottle, Henderson, and Manungai. Oh, man. That is a tough one, Nahal. You are not giving me an easy one here. Gosh, I mean, I think those are all great starts this week. I mean, Rico Dottle, the reports are saying that he's going to go back to being like the main running back for the Panthers. And I mean, we saw when he was getting those workhorse touches. I mean, he put up two 40-point fantasy points in a 40-point fantasy. I can't talk right now. Two games of 40 fantasy points, which is just unreal. I mean, talk about a league winner. So, I mean, I'd be terrified to bench Rico Dottle. I know it's not a great matchup against the Packers. So, I mean, I'm not saying Dottle's like a must start, and who knows? I mean, maybe Chuba Hubbard ends up getting more touches than we'd like, or more than we expect. So, but still, I'd still be really scared to bench Rico Dottle, knowing the upside we've seen from him this season when he's gotten those touches. So, I would like to start Rico Dottle if I can. God, I mean, how do you bench any of those guys? I mean, Tracy should be a workhorse. Manungai should be a workhorse with Swift out. And Henderson should be a workhorse with Ramondre out. So my God, I mean, the good news is that if this is your question, like you're probably winning this week. So let's break the tie with Well, let's think. I mean, which of these guys have been your best players this year? I mean, no, I mean, I guess Rico Dottle would probably be the best of this group. Um, so if we go by just who have your best players been, it would be Rico Dottle, and then between Tracy Henderson and Monangai, I mean, they're all pretty unproven. So you can't even really say who the best player is. I guess it's just kind of which one do you believe in slash maybe who has the better matchup. So I believe Tracy plays the 49ers. Not a great matchup, but it's fine. Henderson plays the Falcons. I don't think that's a particularly good matchup. And then Monangai plays. Wait, why do I keep forgetting who the Bears play? Oh wait, Bears play the Bengals, of course. I mean that's a really great matchup. So, hey, if we're gonna break the tie with matchup, I mean that's why I mean that's how I approach matchups in fantasy. It's a tiebreaker, so I'm gonna use it as a tiebreaker here. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Rico Dottle and Monangai. Um, yeah, I mean I don't know how everyone else feels about Rico, but I just feel like if he's going back to having the workhorse role, like I'm not benching him. So, I mean, that's my perspective. I certainly wouldn't fault you for going Henderson, even Tracy. I mean, take your pick. I think these are all really good starts this week. So, I mean, heck, I mean, you could pull the names out of a hat. I think you'd probably be fine. I think you'd probably get good production from whichever two you started here. So, you probably can't screw this up too bad. But yeah, gun to my head, give me Rico Dottle and Kyle Monangai. So hope that helps. And then Nahal says, I'm leaning Tracy and Monangai. Okay, so we agree on Monangai. So lock him in. Yeah, let me know why you're thinking Tracy. I mean, I'm definitely intrigued by Henderson and his upside. I feel like he's finally going to have a chance to show what he's capable of, and I feel like we've been waiting for this. So yeah, I would hate to bench Henderson, but I mean, man, like Rico Dottle's just been too good when he's gotten those touches. So yeah, for me, I'd probably have Tracy fourth of the group, even though I do think he's a good start. Nothing against him. So for me, yeah, it'd be between Rico and Henderson as that second running back. So tough choice there. Yeah, I mean, let me know which of those two you prefer between Rico and Henderson. Maybe that's the player you go with. We can kind of maybe best way we can kind of come to an agreement there. Not that I have any real say here, but just offered my perspective. But yeah, let me know which one you like better between Rico and Henderson, and maybe go with that guy as your second guy in addition to Monangai. And then Seb says Henderson and Monangai, easy decision. Okay, hey, well, Seb's confident. So hey, if you want to listen to Seb, he seems to feel very confident that you start Henderson and Monangai. So definitely don't hate that. I don't think that's crazy at all. Yeah, I mean, I really like both those guys this week. So yeah, there's Seb's perspective. I definitely think that's a solid answer. And then the Hall says, but I still have my kicker bye week problem. I have Henderson, Rico Dottle, Spears, AJ Brown, and a Book on my bench. Oh man, so you have to do you have to drop one of those players, or can you just drop your kicker? Or wait, is this one of those things where you have like a great kicker that you don't want to drop? I feel like were you the one that was asking about that on like recent chat or recent stream? Then Hall says, I think I'm going to make playoffs regardless. So I'm considering just not playing a kicker and losing this week. I'm 5-3. Oh, why did it lose my spot? I'm 5-3 and have the second most points for. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't hate that. I mean, heck, you might, even if you get a 0 from your kicker this week, I mean, you might end up winning anyways. Or even if you lose, it's possible that, you know, X amount of points from your kicker wouldn't even have gotten you the win anyways. So not the worst strategy in the world. But yeah, let me know if you currently have like a kicker on a. Well, wait, yeah, you said you have a kicker on a bye week, so let me know what kicker that is. I mean, unless it's just like the number one kicker by a mile. I mean, I don't hate dropping that kicker for a kicker playing this week. Um, yeah, I mean, there might be some good kickers on waivers. I mean, let me know what kickers are on waivers. But there might be some good ones that were dropped because maybe they had a bye last week. So you should at least see like what kickers are on waivers. I mean, maybe the kicker you get on waivers isn't even that much worse from your stud kicker on a bye week. So if that's the case, I would probably just drop your stud kicker and pick up the best one on waivers. But I don't hate the strategy that you described there. All right, and Seb says Much not mine in that sentence way up above. Um, okay, I'm not really sure what that means. Let me know what let me know what the heck you're saying there, Sab. I have no clue what that means. Warrior Loft says it is Flacco's right shoulder. If he had a full practice, uh, one would be more comfortable. Okay, yeah. So I haven't read the practice reports on Flacco recently, but Warrior Loft, it sounds like you're saying that Flacco did not get in a full practice. So yeah, if that's the case, that definitely makes me a little nervous. I mean, Flacco is a veteran, and maybe he can just kind of tough it out. But at the same time, he's obviously an old player. His body probably doesn't recover as well as a guy who's 21 or even 31. I mean, Flacco is 40 years old, so yeah, I mean, he's around my age. Yeah, I mean, your body definitely feels different at 40 than it did at 30 or 20. So, I mean, that makes me all the more nervous that he's not going to recover from injury as well as a younger player would. So yeah, let me just pull up the reports on him. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking at Sleeper. It says Joe Flacco planning to play through shoulder injury in Week 9. Let's see, where's this practice report? Okay, questionable after missing practice. Yeah, he was a non-participant in practice Friday. So yeah, he did not get in a full practice this week. In fact, he didn't practice at all on Friday. It wasn't even limited. So yeah, that makes me pretty nervous. So I mean, that's why I said I'm a little nervous about starting Chase Brown. I mean, I think he's an okay start, but I'm not dying to start him. T. Higgins even kind of makes me a little nervous, even though I think he should, you're probably starting him in most cases. But I feel like Jamar Chase is the only Bengal that's a no-brainer. You're starting no matter what. So I'm a little nervous about the Bengals in general with that Flacco injury. And let's catch up with the rest of the chat here. All right. J-Bug says, if anything, if Flacco plays the whole game, wouldn't it be good for Chase Brown? Wouldn't it be good for Chase Brown? More short dump offs. I'm in a must-win scenario, so I'm just a little skeptical, or I'm just a little sketched out starting Henderson over Chase Brown, but I don't know. Okay, so you're in a must-win. I mean, responding to your first comment there about could Flacco's injury be good for Chase Brown? Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, that is an interesting theory. If Flacco's arm strength is limited in any way, he could be looking for those short dump off passes. And I mean, Chase Brown would probably be the player that would most benefit from that. But I don't know. Sounds like a little bit of a stretch to be counting on that. I'm just worried Flacco's not going to be as effective. And if that's the case, their offensive drives could be stalled, or like I said, he could always get re-injured. So I mean, maybe that's why Chase Brown isn't a terrible start this week. You can tell yourself a story. I mean, I do think that's what you described there as a possibility, certainly. And yeah, maybe Chase Brown ends up becoming this PPR scam this week, and works out great. It's in the range of outcomes. I would hate to count on that personally, and I still think overall, um, Flacco's injury is more of a negative than a positive for Chase Brown. So I mean, I feel like with Henderson, I mean, the main issue is just that he hasn't gotten the playing time and the touches. So now the deck is completely clear. I mean, Ramondre was the biggest impediment. You don't even have Antonio Gibson there anymore because he's on IR. They have some other backup running back named Jennings or something that I've never even heard of. So it's I mean, how is Henderson not going to get 20 touches this week? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe the Vrabel and the Patriots coaching staff decide to go Sean Payton and be annoying and, give 10 touches to this no-name running back Jennings or whatever. But I'm having a hard time imagining Henderson getting less than 20 touches. And with his speed and explosiveness and the fact that he's probably just been itching to get out there and show what he can do, I'm pretty excited about Henderson this week. So I would really need a pretty darn good option to start over Henderson personally. Yeah, I like him better than Chase Brown. I mean, you got to remember, we're not getting last week's points. I mean, all bets are off if Henderson's getting the touches and the playing time, and if he's going to be a workhorse this week. So, yeah, I feel pretty confident in Henderson over Chase Brown. But yeah, that's just my perspective. I could be wrong, but I'm definitely starting Henderson over Chase Brown. I mean, I mentioned that league that I kind of helped my brother with, shallow redraft league, and yeah, we own both players in that league, and we're starting Henderson over Chase Brown. So we have that exact decision. So that's the way I'm going personally. But hey, go with your gut. I mean, if you really feel like Chase Brown and your gut is the better play, like start him. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen. I could be wrong. I mean, start sits are the hardest thing in fantasy football. So if you have a strong gut feeling about it, I would absolutely say listen to that over anything I say. All right. And then Seb says, I mean, like I said, I'm just there for advice. If you feel comfortable with these boys, let's ride. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, appreciate you lending your perspective, Seb. Yeah, it was interesting that you felt so confident about that start sit decision between those four running backs. 'Cause I personally feel like it was really close between those four guys. What was it? Henderson, Monangai, Rico Dottle, and Tracy. I mean, yeah, anyone else in the chat that wants to weigh in? I mean, let me know which two of those you're starting. I believe that was a full PPR. I mean, for me, that's really close between those four. I ended up saying Dottle and Monangai. Seb said Monangai and Henderson. And then Nahal was leaning Monangai and Tracy. So it seems like Monangai is the guy we all agree on. So that seems like the obvious one. But yeah, let me know if anyone else has any thoughts about that. Definitely an interesting question there. All right. Oh, Frank Nunez says you're 121st sub. Oh my gosh. How did I not realize that? Like I should have known by the number, but I don't know. Like my brain wasn't even thinking of subs. I was like, I don't know. I was just like in complete football mode. I was thinking like, I don't know, is that some kind of like stat or I didn't have any clue, but yeah, I feel stupid now. But hey, appreciate you subscribing. Like appreciate the support. That's awesome to see. So very glad to have you as our 121st subscriber. That's awesome. And then let's see. J Bug says, yeah, for sure. Thank you, my guy. Yeah, I could start Henderson over Chase Brown, but I'm still just kind of sketched out, especially because I have to play Henderson in one of my other leagues. So I'd feel all right going one of two. Yeah, I mean, I think in that case, I would probably say start Chase Brown. It sounds like you have a gut feeling and you're a little skeptical of Henderson. And if you're already starting Henderson in another league, that's like another tiebreaker I use sometime. If I'm like really split between two players, if like one of those players I'm starting another league, I'll usually err on the side of diversity and like, okay, let me start one of each. So yeah, in that case, I would probably recommend you start Chase Brown, even though me personally, if I was just in one league and, could only make that decision once, I would probably go Henderson. But yeah, I could definitely see going 1-1 there. And then Frank Nunez says, appreciate you. Wings Up is a Wu-Tang reference. Okay. Yeah, I'm not much of a Wu-Tang listener, but yeah, hey, appreciate you explaining that. Yeah, I'm more of like I don't know, should I even say what kind of music I listen to? My favorite genre is indie rock, and I've also kind of been enjoying some country over the past few years. So I don't know if that's a a hot take or a controversial statement, but hey, let me know if anyone else in here likes either indie rock or country. I mean, we could definitely talk some music on here at some point. I mean, hey, we already got the film club. We talk movies on here every once in a while. Yeah, I mean, for anyone new to the channel, I mean, we basically like pick like a new movie like every few weeks, and anyone that wants to participate can watch it. And then Blake and I will review the movie like once the few weeks is up. So the movie right now is Glengarry Glen Ross. It's like a movie from I think like 1991. Has like all-star cast like Al Pacino, Ed Harris, Kevin Spacey, Jack Lemmon. Yeah, lot of great actors in it, and it's one of those movies that like it's not supposed to be funny, but I find it hilarious. Probably like one of my most like probably one of the movies that I quote more than any other. So definitely check that out. You can watch movies for free at fmovies.llc. You just have to close the pop-up tab. So yeah, I think we were planning on reviewing Glengarry Glen Ross at the end of our stream this coming Wednesday. We might push it back a week though. But if you want to play it safe and want to have seen the movie that we are reviewing next, watch it by Wednesday. But yeah, I mean, that's been a lot of fun. So, hey, I wouldn't mind talking some music as well. So yeah, let me know if anyone out there likes indie rock or country, because yeah, those are definitely my two favorite genres. And then we got Aiden in the chat. I think that's a new name. If so, welcome to the channel. and he says, "Hey man, should I play Sutton, Hunt, or DK?" That being Titans rookie wide receiver Chimere DK. Gosh, I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, all three of those guys are pretty good starts. I mean, Chimere DK has been really hot lately the past two games. I think he's a really solid start in full PPR leagues, especially. He seems to be getting like good targets, catching a lot of passes. I mean, tough to bench Sutton. I mean, he would probably be the obvious answer there. Like, how do you bench Cortland Sutton? He's just really good. But hey, like I love Kareem Hunt this week. I mean, I never thought I would say that. Because again, he's just not a player I own. And but he's that player I hate playing against because he always seems to do well and be annoying. So that is a tough one. I mean, has Sutton cooled down at all lately? Like, let me pull up his game log here. Um, Yeah, I got I put some limits on my app usage of Sleeper because I've been spending too much time on it. So now I'm constantly like, ignore limit, ignore limit, ignore limit. So let me know if anyone else out there deals with that. And I'm just, trying to have a more balanced life, not spend too much time on fantasy football, especially dynasty. But hey, I mean, I do have a passion for it. So but yeah, let me know if anyone else out there puts app limits on either Sleeper or heck, even their ESPN fantasy app. Decided to give it a try though, but I find myself just I end up overriding it. So yeah, it's just kind of a conundrum. I'm not sure what to do at this point, but yeah, hey, if anyone out there has any advice, let me know. But yeah, I just had to override it yet again. I'm already at my limit. It's only 2 a.m. Yeah, basically I put a 90-minute limit on it each day, and it starts at midnight. So it's only been we're only 2 hours into the day here, and I've already hit my 90-minute limit. So that's pretty bad. I mean, maybe I get an excuse because I'm live streaming right now and I'm using the app to like look up stats and stuff. But yeah, I feel like that's happened a lot. Like usually I hit, I'm kind of a night owl. I usually like hit the limit by like 2, 3 a.m. So it's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, what the heck was the question here? Oh yeah, Cortland Sutton. I do not own him anywhere. So let me just like pull up his game log, see how good he's been. Sleeper says he's a wide receiver 12. I mean, he's been super consistent. I mean, it seems like he's getting you certainly double-digit fantasy points just about every week. Um, Tough guy to bench. I mean, not a great matchup at Houston. So I can see why you're asking the question. I mean, I do really like Kareem Hunt this week. It is a great match against the Bills. You know what? On a gut feeling and the between a gut feeling and the injury to Pacheco and the added role that Hunt will have, and the fact that it's a great matchup against the Bills, I'm going to use all three of those things as tiebreakers. And I'm going to say Hunt over Sutton. So, I mean, you must have a pretty darn good team if you're benching Cortland Sutton, but close call there. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid to start Sutton just because it's a bad matchup against Houston, but I really feel like Hunt is just a really, really nice option this week. So I feel slightly better about Kareem Hunt personally. So I would start Kareem Hunt, but if you want to just truly be disciplined and just start your best player, it'd probably be Sutton. But I'm going Hunt personally. That's my feeling. Okay, where did we leave off here? Let's see. Oh yeah. Hall says, I don't want to drop my kicker. He's averaging 10 points per game, and the waiver kickers aren't that good. The best options are Prater and Will Reichard. Okay. I mean, 10 points per game, that doesn't sound that amazing. Maybe you have, I don't know, do you have like some weird scoring? Or maybe you have scoring where like the kickers like lose points if they like miss field goals or like miss extra points. So maybe that's why it's only 10 points per game. I mean, is that much of an advantage? I mean, 10 points per game doesn't sound like anything earth shattering personally, but I mean, hey, you know your league better than I do, obviously. So if you feel like you're getting a great advantage from your kicker, trust that, go with your gut there. You know your league better than me. Personally, it doesn't sound that bad. I mean, Prater and Reichard sound fine. So I'd probably drop your kicker. I don't even know who it is, but let me know which kicker you have. But yeah, 10 points per game. I'm probably not too concerned about that. You can always find a kicker on waivers. So I'd personally drop, but I would trust your instincts on that. If you feel like you're getting a great advantage at kicker, just keep what you have. Just take the 0 this week. Oh, and then Nahal says it's Chase McLaughlin. Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's been really good. Not sure where he ranks his kickers, but yeah, I would just say trust yourself on this one, Nahal, because you're just going to know your league better than me. So I would just trust your gut on that. And then Seb says, I misspelled something. My bad. Noticed it late. All right. No worries, Seb. And then Nahal says, he's the kicker number 2, but he hasn't had his bye yet, to be frank. Okay. Oh, I see. So, yeah, he's the kicker number 2, but it could be deceiving because he hasn't had his bye week. So, see if you can look up his, like the points per game rankings of ranking of kickers in your league, and then see what McLaughlin is in terms of points per game. Like maybe he's only like the kicker, number kicker 6 or kicker 7 or something like that. It might be just deceiving because he hasn't had his bye week, so he's played one more game than a bunch of other kickers. So yeah, let me know what his ranking is in terms of points per game amongst kickers, but yeah, he's probably a few spots lower than that. So I don't know if you're getting that much of an advantage from that, honestly. And then Hall asks, would you drop Manungai for a kicker? I feel like he doesn't have long-term value. No, you can't drop Manungai. I mean, you got to start him this week. I mean, he's got a dream matchup. He's going to be a workhorse. Maybe he takes Swiss job at some point. I mean, you never know. I mean, I'm not saying it's likely, but it's in the range of outcomes. So no, I would absolutely not drop Manungai. I mean, these rookies can be league winners. I mean, we see every year, like rookies, especially in the second half of the season, just absolutely go nuts. So I'm not guaranteeing Manungai is going to do that, but I feel like you would so regret it if you drop Manungai and he has a big game this week and you could have used those points in your lineup and then you're mad you don't have him rest of the season. So absolutely do not drop Manungai, whatever you do. I would much rather take the 0 kicker, but personally, I would just drop the kicker on a bye, McLaughlin, and pick up Reichard or Prater personally. But do whatever you think is best there. And then the Hall says Spears as well. Okay, yeah. I guess I don't hate dropping Spears. I mean, his upside would be pretty huge if ever there were a Pollard injury, or maybe he just starts to take over that job in general. That could be in the range of outcomes as well. He does seem kind of fragile though, and gets injured a lot. So yeah, I mean, if it's a shallow redraft league, I don't hate the idea of dropping Spears. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Personally, I'm dropping McLaughlin though. I just don't put that much importance into a kicker. And then Hall says, I think Spears has more long-term upside. Okay, I could see that. I mean, Spears is faster, more explosive than Manungai, but I do think Manungai is pretty good. I mean, he was really good at breaking tackles in college, I feel like. He's a fun player. I mean, I swear there was this like one highlight where it seemed like he broke like 8 tackles. It was just insane. So Manungai is kind of sneaky, but yeah, I could see Spears maybe having more upside just in terms of his explosiveness, but he's also really injury prone. So yeah, I don't know. Take your pick there, but I'd much rather drop a kicker than either of those running backs personally. And then Frank Nunes says, all music is great. You just have to have an open mind. Hey, I like that. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't trying to get like too caught up on the genres when I was saying that, I really like indie rock and country. I guess that's just like kind of the easiest, most succinct way to kind of give you guys an idea of the kind of music I listen to. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I truly am open to any kind of music. I mean, I think there's good music in pretty much every genre. So, yeah, and I do think a really great artist or a really great piece of music can transcend the genre it's in, even if it's not a genre you normally like. If it's just like that special, like it transcends that. So I definitely appreciate your attitude on that. And yeah, I definitely love music. So yeah, appreciate the comment there. And then Seb says David Montgomery / Hunter Henry / Juwan Jennings bench 1. And they got a thinking emoji. I technically bench 2, but I am starting my boy Watson over one of them. And you got a shrug emoji. Call it that Packer fan confidence. And then you got a sweat emoji and sunglasses emoji. All right. So yeah, Christian Watson. Yeah, he had a kind of shockingly good game in his first game back from a torn ACL. Like that was pretty surprising. So hey, can't blame you too much there. It'll be interesting to see if he repeats that. But yeah, so you're asking, you got a bench 1 between Montgomery, Hunter Henry, and Juwan Jennings. Definitely playing David Montgomery at home. I feel like you always got to start David Montgomery at home. And between Hunter Henry and Juwan Jennings, I'm probably going Juwan Jennings there. I mean, Hunter Henry has been really quiet this season outside of that one blow up game. So you never know. I mean, I could see him having another blow up game when you least expect it. I know Hunter Henry doesn't have a great matchup this week, but you guys know I don't care that much about it, especially for tight ends. I really don't care about tight end matchups that much. Uh, so yeah, I think you probably go either way there, but Jennings does have the better matchup. I'll use that as a tiebreaker. So yeah, Jennings against the Giants. That sounds pretty good to me. So yeah, Jennings and Christian Watson sounds pretty solid there. Oh, as well as David Montgomery. So yeah, I would bench Hunter Henry, and I would start Juwan Jennings and David Montgomery. And then Frank Nunes says, always go with your gut. I didn't and started Flowers over JMO and already regret it. 100%. Hey, Frank, it sounds like we think similarly on some things because, yeah, I know you're new to the channel, but anyone that's been watching this channel knows that I'm a huge believer in intuition. I mean, honestly, like that's the biggest thing for me in terms of making start sit decisions. I mean, I've been playing fantasy football for many years, and I've just found over the years when I trust my gut, my intuition, good things usually happen. And when I go away from it and start the logical guy or like whatever, usually it doesn't turn out as well. So I definitely think there's something to intuition. I think we, people know things even if we don't know why we know them. It's just that gut feeling from experience. We've seen something before that this reminds us of. So yeah, when in doubt, go with your gut. I agree 100% on that. So yeah, appreciate the comment. Hey, we got AO in the chat here. Welcome. Good to see you. You asked Gadsden or Bowers. Oh yeah. I mean, we actually had this question earlier. So yeah, when the live stream is over, I mean, feel free to go back and watch the stream from the beginning. You can hear our full discussion on that. I mean, basically what I was saying about that is, how can I start both of them? I mean, can I bet? Is there someone else in my lineup I can bench and start both of them? Because if it's a full PPR league, even if there's no tight end premium, I want to start both those guys. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one. My initial answer was Gadsden, but then I started hearing about how healthy Bowers is, and he's like 100% good to go. At least that's what everyone in the chat was saying. So man, I mean, how do you bench Bowers? So gosh, that really is an impossible one. I mean, I don't know. Can we use the matchup as a tiebreaker? So Gadsden is at Tennessee. Not a great matchup, but not really concerned. And then who the heck is Bowers playing this week? I feel like I should know that. Bowers is the Jags. Bowers is playing the Jags. And yeah, that's like middle of the road matchup. So yeah, both matchups are just kind of middle of the road. Not worried about either one of them. Gosh, I mean, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I think I'd rather just play the hot player. So I'm probably just rolling Gaston out there, but certainly wouldn't blame you if you went Bowers. I mean, that is truly an impossible decision. So not surprised to see more than one person dealing with it. But yeah, let me know who else is in your starting lineup. Like, because maybe there's someone else in your lineup that I would say, oh yeah, I would play Bowers over that guy. So yeah, that's a tough one though. Great question. J-Bug says, and then AO says, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, my pleasure. Good to have you here. Good to see you. And J-Bug says, would I start Jaden Daniels or Jordan Love? Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty big believer in Jaden Daniels. I mean, I would hate to ever bench him. I don't really own any Jordan Love, but it seems like he's been pretty good this year. Packers have certainly been throwing the ball more than they have last year. Let's see, pull up Jordan Love. Okay, Sleeper says he's the QB 11. Yeah, looks like he's been good. Home against the Panthers. Yeah, I mean, they should be able to put up some points in that game. I mean, it's a green matchup on Sleeper, so definitely no concerns about the matchup there. That's a tough one. And then Jaden Daniels, what I believe is at Seattle. So not an amazing matchup. I mean, statistically, I'm not like, too afraid of it. I guess the one concern would be, I believe that's the Sunday night game. It's in Seattle. That crowd there is insane. The crowd noise and everything. They got the 12th man. So I don't know. I mean, could that be a tiebreaker? And the fact that Jaden Daniels is like coming back from injury. Do you want to see him get through a game healthy first? Gosh, that is a tough one. I guess it kind of comes down to like, do I think the Panthers will make this a competitive game with the Packers? Because I think that would be good if if it's a competitive game, the Packers got to keep throwing the ball. I mean, let me know, J Bug, if that's 4 points or 6 points for the passing touchdown. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, but it really does make a difference. If it's 4 points for passing touchdown, I'm 100% going Jaden Daniels there. Not even going to think about it. If it's 6 point, I could see going Jordan Love there. Maybe I go Jordan Love there if it's 6 point. So that's a tough one, though. Good question. Oh, you say it's 6 point. Okay. So yeah, that makes it harder. So hence why you're asking. Yeah, that is definitely a tough decision. I hate to be the guy saying to bench Jaden Daniels. I mean, it just feels wrong, doesn't it? Uh, my gut is telling me Jordan Love, though. I don't know. Maybe I just respect that, hostile environment there in Seattle. I mean, they're always, that crowd is always pumped up on any Sunday, and this is a Sunday night game. They're going to be going crazy. Jaden Daniels does have the added risk with injury. He's been like in and out of the lineup. It's his first game back, so maybe if you need the pure upside and just like totally swing for the fences, go Jaden Daniels. If you're like a massive underdog in your matchup, throw Jaden Daniels in there. But all things being even, I think I'm going Jordan Love, and I'm just following my gut feeling on that. But I could see you going either way there. But I'm going Jordan Love in a 6 point passing touchdown. And then AO says it's a one flex. I have JSN, Amon-Ra, Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf. Okay. Okay, so those are the other players that you are starting. So let me think. If I'm starting Gatson at tight end, am I benching any of those guys for Bowers? Well, not JSN, not Amon-Ra. Okay, Pittman and Metcalf. Okay, Pittman plays the Steelers. Metcalf plays the Colts. Okay, so they're in that game against each other. I mean, yeah, the Colts is like a dream matchup for receivers. Last I checked, and then let me look. I got that. I got that block and sleeper again saying I'm over my limit. So I just said ignore for the day. So I don't even know why I put that on. I just keep ignoring it. But yeah, let me look up Michael Pittman. I mean, he's been really good this season. Seems like he's the pretty clear number one wide receiver. At least if you're not counting Tyler Warren. But yeah, Pittman's been really good. God, you hate to bench him. Yeah, Pittsburgh's a green matchup. Man, yeah, that is really a tough one. Gosh. How's DK Metcalf been lately? Let's pull up his game log. Has he been quiet lately at all? Yeah, I mean, last two games have been a little more quiet. I mean, before that, he had 2 big weeks. I mean, he's been solid in the season. I mean, his worst game is 8 points. So, I mean, he's been rock solid and consistent. It is like a dream matchup. So, man, that really is tough. Ugh. And you guys are giving me some tough questions here. But hey, I appreciate them. I mean, happy to answer them. Yeah, I mean, you probably can't go wrong. I mean, all those guys are really good starts. So, if you have a gut feeling on that one, that's probably just like a follow your gut kind of feeling. I would not ignore your gut feeling on that, but you'll probably be good, regardless. But I mean, of course, you want to start the best guys you can. So yeah, let me take a stance on this. I'm trying to think of like what my gut is telling me. Probably benching Bowers. I hate it. Feels gross. And let me just think. I mean, do I definitely want Gatson over Bowers? I don't know how you can bench Gaston right now. It just feels like something that's going to backfire. Let me see it from Bowers. I mean, in most cases, you're starting. Anyone that has Bowers is probably starting him. But if your other options are that good, I'll let Bowers earn his way back into my lineup. But man, that is a really really tough one. But I do think that Colts Steelers game could be pretty high scoring. So it's kind of fun that you have like the number one wide receiver on each side. So I kind of like that. It gives you a little correlation there. If that game's a massive shootout, you're probably really happy you started both DK Metcalf and Pittman. So I think that's also what's kind of making me lean that way. The fact that you have both the guys in the game. So yeah, I would lean toward that correlation. Yeah. So I guess I mentioned Bowers. Yeah. It's tough though. Really tough one. Good question. All right, catching up on the chat here. Oh, yeah, AO says probably not looking to start 2 tight ends. Yeah, fair enough. Can't totally blame you. I mean, I normally don't like doing that, but this year with how deep tight end is, it does seem that it's more viable than it usually is. So, but yeah, I don't blame you for benching one of those tight ends there, just because you have really good options otherwise, and in your other positions. All right, and then J Bug says 6. Oh wait, I think I already read that. Yeah, because we were talking about Jane Daniels versus Love. So yeah, I was saying going Jordan Love there. And then AO also asked Dart or Dak. Ooh, that's another tough one. I mean, Dak is in that Cardinals Cowboys game that could be so high scoring on Monday night. And then, but man, like, how do you start? How do you bench Jackson Dart? Like, he's been incredible. I'm assuming that's 6 point passing touchdowns as well. Let me know. But man, I mean, both quarterbacks have been so awesome. If it's 6 point passing touchdowns, oh, you say it's 4. Okay, well that makes it easy then. If it's 4, I'm definitely going Jackson Dart. He gives you that rushing upside. That's so much more important in a 4 point passing touchdown format. So yeah, I mean, Dak is still a pretty solid choice, even with 4 point passing touchdowns, but that makes it a pretty easy decision. 100%, you got to go Dart there. Um, oh, and yeah, and then AO, you also say it's half PPR, one quarterback. Um, oh wait, so the half PPR, is that referring to the league where it's like Gadsden and Bowers and Metcalf and Pittman? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about there. So yeah, if that league is half PPR, I don't think I realized that before. I was probably assuming full PPR. So let me think if that changes my opinion at all. If it's only half PPR, I mean, I'm trying to think which players would benefit most from half PPR. Maybe like DK Metcalf because he doesn't get like a million targets, so he might be a little better in half PPR. Um, at least relative to like a full PPR, which is what I was thinking before. Um, Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that really changes anything too much there. But yeah, appreciate you letting me know that. Always helpful to know the exact scoring. And yeah, let me take a sip of water here. But yeah, still got 6 people watching. So appreciate having everyone here. Great to have all the questions in the chat. And yeah, definitely drop a like if you haven't done so. Definitely helps us out a lot. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed. I mean, easiest way to support the channel. So if you enjoy these streams, if you get any value out of it, definitely make sure you're subscribed. We do these live streams every Wednesday night and Saturday night, and every once in a while on other days as well. Sometimes just like spontaneously. We want to get back to making more videos as well. In fact, I think Blake recorded something. I think he's almost done editing it, so we might have a new video up soon as well. But yeah, great having everyone here. And then AO says, "What's up with DJ Moore?" My God, I mean, I wish I knew. I mean, DJ Moore has just been absolutely brutal. Got him in one dynasty league, and I mean, yeah, I think I've been like kind of begrudgingly starting him most weeks, but never feels that great. And yeah, AO, you asked, will he turn it around? I mean, probably not. I mean, like, I really don't have any reason to think that anything's going to change there. So, I mean, I wish I could say like trade him away, but he doesn't even really have much trade value right now, either in redraft or dynasty. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's probably, I don't know, is he too good to drop? I mean, it kind of just feels like a roster clogger at this point. I mean, if there's like a really good player on waivers, like, and you're in a shallow redraft league, I wouldn't even hate like dropping him, honestly. If there's someone on waivers you like better, I don't think he's going to turn it around. No, I really don't. So, I mean, he's not a bad guy to have on your bench. You can throw him in your lineup when you have injuries or bye weeks, but it doesn't feel like there's a ton of upside there. It's just like a really low ceiling, just both on a weekly basis and on the season. So, nah, yeah, doesn't feel good owning DJ Moore. Feel free to drop him if you see someone you like on waivers better, or if you just want to swing on more upside, especially if it's a shallow redraft league. And then AO says, if you're 4-4, what's your stance on making a move versus holding on to hope that your roster will work out? It's an interesting question. I mean, I think it depends a lot on the specifics of your situation. I mean, is it a situation where you feel lucky to be 4-4 and your roster is just like garbage, or you feel like it's really not that good and you gotten kind of lucky to even get to 4-4? I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I'd probably be more inclined to say like try to make some moves. But on the other hand, it's probably going to be harder because if your team's not that great, you probably don't have a lot of players that are that people want to trade for, but you could still try. I mean, maybe take like your best player in that situation and see if you can turn them into like two really good players. Normally, I don't like doing that in shallow redraft leagues because you normally want the side of the deal that has the best player. But if your team is really garbage, that's probably your best bet. So like whoever your best player is, you know, shop around, see who's interested in trading for them, and see if you can get like two really good players uh, in place of them. Kind of make it a situation where the other manager's like overpaying for the upgrade. So that's probably what I would do in that situation. If it's a situation where you feel like you have one of the best teams, but you just got unlucky with like points scored against you or losing some close matchups or whatever, then I'd be more inclined to hold, because I probably feel like then I got a good roster, good players, and just got to wait for luck to go my way, which is probably due to happen. Uh, but always open to making moves. I mean, I'm never just going to be complacent, even if I think my team's good. I'm always looking to improve my team. But if there was a situation where you would just stand pat, I think it would be that kind of situation where you've just gotten unlucky, but you have a good team. Interesting question though. Appreciate it. And Frank Nunez says, Lucinda Williams, car wheels on a gravel road is the joint. Hank Williams Sr. greatest hits gets down. Okay. Yeah, I will have to check out both those artists. I mean, yeah, definitely know those names. I haven't like listened to a lot of either. And the funny thing about Hank Williams Sr. is, I mean, that guy is referenced in so many country songs. I mean, like, I swear it seems like every country singer has at least like one song where they, reference listening to Hank Williams Sr. So, yeah, it must be pretty good for so many people, so many good country singers to be singing about him. So, yeah, I will definitely have to check out some Hank Williams Sr. at some point. And yeah, Lucinda Williams, I've heard that name plenty of times, but yeah, I've never like listened to her. So I don't know if I would know any of her songs. Yeah, I like to check those out though. Appreciate the recommendations. And then AO says, not garbage, not a stud. Okay. So yeah, I guess that means that you're kind of a stud team. So yeah, if that's the case, I'd be fine with just standing pat. But I mean, always be open to improving your team if you can. I mean, I would never rule that out. Frank Nunez says, I'm in San Diego, and when waivers run, I'm going to do it live. Drop Caleb, pick up Hunter, add Goff. Hey, let's go. I mean, I'm glad to see you're taking the advice. Hope it works out. But, I mean, that would be sick. I mean, to get Travis Hunter in an IDP league, I mean, I can't even believe he was dropped just because of the injury. I mean, I guess it is getting late in the season. I mean, we're in week 9, so he's going to miss week, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, I mean, he could be back as early as week 13. I mean, that's even, 2 weeks before the fantasy playoffs, and you can stash him in an IR slot. So I definitely think that manager wasn't thinking when he dropped him in a league that's IDP and has IR slots. So, hey, take advantage of that. And, yeah, I definitely love Jared Goff. I mean, I'm a Lions fan. Goff is always such an underrated fantasy quarterback. So, yeah, love that move. So, let's see. And then AO says, I'm in San Diego too. Hey, what are the odds? And AO says, what's your partner tonight? And let's see. Hey, Michael Hart, welcome. Good to see you. Michael says, been lurking back and forth because I've been a little busy. Sup with you, bro? Nothing much. Just enjoying the live stream here. Been a fun stream. A lot of good questions. A lot of interesting conversation with start sets. I mean, I definitely think there are a lot of interesting flex streamers this week. I mean, we haven't even fully gotten to that conversation. Yeah, we've just had so many questions here. But if you guys want to know like some of my favorite flex streamers this week, let me know. We can definitely talk about that. I mean, certainly a lot of them have come up. I mean, we've talked about Kyle Monangai and Kareem Hunt. And I mean, heck, you can probably even consider like Henderson a flex streamer this week just because he hasn't been particularly relevant up to this point. And then Michael says, Monangai to the moon tomorrow. Oh, I mean, 100%. I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, he's going to be a workhorse running back on good Bears offense. It's a dream matchup against the Bengals, right? So, yeah, I love Monangai. He's been coming on a bit lately anyways, even when Swift was healthy. So, I mean, yeah, Monangai feels like a must start. I mean, Blake and I co-manage a dynasty team, and we got Monangai. Well, we had Monangai in the taxi squad, and so we finally elevated him this week. We had to cut someone from our roster to elevate Monangai, but I mean that should tell you something. I mean, because we don't like to lose roster spots. Like we really value each and every one in dynasty. So for us to be willing to throw a roster spot away to elevate elevate Monangai from the taxi squad, that definitely tells you we feel really good about him. So yeah, 100% Monangai to the moon, absolutely. And then Michael says Monty over Spears, full PPR, right? Yeah, I mean Spears has been coming on a bit lately, and he's typically a pretty good pass catcher. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I mean, I think Spears is coming off a pretty good game. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to bench my boy Mounty though at home. But yeah, let's look up Spears. Let's look up his game log, see how he's been. Yeah, he's coming off a nice game. 9 carries, 59 yards, rushing touchdown. Also caught all 3 of his targets for 23 yards. I mean, he's had 3 or 4 catches in 3 straight games. So, I mean, that's nice for full PPR leagues. Yeah, which I believe you said it was. Yeah, I mean that's tough though. I mean, so Monty's at home against the Vikings. I mean, I don't think that's like an amazing matchup on paper, but it's definitely not one like you're scared of. Let's see. So okay, I mean, it is showing Minnesota as a red matchup. I really don't. I really don't think it's much to be afraid of, though. God, I don't know. I mean, I think it is a viable question. I definitely don't blame you for asking that one. I mean, Monty has been like a little feast or famine. I mean, he has 2 games over 20 points, and then he has like a 13, couple of 8s, a 6, a 1. So he's kind of been all over the place. You never like quite know what you're getting from Montgomery. So I mean, if you're seeking a floor, if you want a high floor, I feel like the answer is probably Spears. So I'd say Spears is probably the safer choice there. But Montgomery feels like he has a little more upside. I mean, we know he can. He has a nose for the end zone, and he just has a way of like going off every once in a while. I mean, it's not always like when you expect it. So he's a guy you hate to ever bench. So yeah, that is a tough one. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, would I go Spears there? I don't think you can go too wrong. I mean, I think they're both really solid starts. I always say that I hate to bench Lions at home because they just tend to play well at home. So definitely hate to play Montgomery. Definitely would hate to bench Montgomery at home, but man, for some reason my gut seems to be telling me Spears in a full PPR, especially if you need the high floor. So I'm going to reluctantly say Spears. That's what my gut's telling me. But man, I don't think you can go too wrong there. I think both good choices there. All right, let's see. Let's catch up here. Let me get a sip of water as well. All right, where did we leave off? We got Zane. I think that's a new name. If so, welcome to the channel. You asked Sutton or Shakir, PPR. I'm assuming that's full PPR. Okay. Well, Shakir's in that Bills Chiefs game. That could be really high scoring. That might be the tiebreaker for me. I mean, they're both in tough matchups. Sutton against the Texans, Shakir against the Chiefs. I don't think you can go too wrong there. I think they're both solid starts. I mean, if you're just playing your best player, it's probably Sutton. I'm going to go Shakir, though. I just want pieces of that game. So give me Shakir. AO says, I have the Pittman Jones stack. Should I be confident the rest of the season, or is it fool's gold? Oh, 100% you should be confident the rest of the season. I mean, I don't even think we've seen a bad game yet from that Colts offense or Daniel Jones. I don't know. I could pull up Daniel Jones' game log, but it seems like he's been good like each and every week. Maybe there was like one bad week in there, but no, it is not fool's gold. It is legit. I've seen enough. And yeah, Pittman is definitely back. He had that injury plagued season last year, but he was a really good fantasy receiver before that. He's definitely healthy now and back to that. So yeah, you should be confident the rest of the season with that Jones Pittman stack. And it's a really nice stack to have this year. So yeah, you should feel really good about that. Frank Nunez says, I drafted Hunter, but dropped him because he was on bye. Other guy picked him up, but dropped him after injury. But we have 2 IR spots, so not sure why he dropped him. Yeah, okay, interesting. So yeah, you liked Hunter enough to draft him, but you had to drop him for the bye week, which in a shallow redraft league, sometimes you got to do that. So hey, be great if you could get him back. So yeah, see if you can do that. Let us know. Zane says Monangai is going to be the most popular play on DK as in DK Metcalf, but probably a smash. Okay. Not sure what you mean on DK. Yeah, clarify what you're saying there. I'm not sure how DK Metcalf fits into that, but yeah, let me know what you mean there. Michael Hart says, I had no Hampton and no Scatabo plus bye weeks, so I had to start Spears and Monty. This week with Genty, I was not happy. Yeah, Genty's kind of been all over the place. And then you say, then Swift got hurt and Monangai was available on waivers, so I snagged him. Very nice. Yeah. I mean, Monangai's, yeah, he's been a great guy to snatch up on waivers. So that's awesome that you were able to get him, especially as a Swift owner. Uh, yeah, and I mean, starting Spears and Montgomery in a week isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, actually, yeah, those were my exact two starting running backs last week in a league that Randy Duncan and I co-managed. So yeah, memory serves, they did pretty well. I mean, I don't think, well, I guess not Montgomery, but Spears did well. But overall, it didn't kill us. We were able to bleed. We were able to beat the team co-managed by Blake and Matt, who's also been on the channel a couple times before. So yeah, so that was fun. I believe we also started like Samaji P Ryan, so it was kind of hilarious that we were able to beat Blake and Matt with kind of a gross starting lineup. Our receivers were pretty bad as well. I mean, we were really hurt by Mageddon last week. So yeah, it was a nice surprise to get the win there. And then Zane says, Goff or Dart? Appreciate the feedback. Well, you know what I'm going to ask. Is it 6 points or 4 points for passing touchdowns? If it's 4 points, you're 100% going Dart. If it's 6 points, it's definitely closer. I hate to ever bench Goff at home, but man, I don't know if you can, even in a 6 point passing touchdown league, it's tough to bench Dart. So I'm probably going Dart either way. It's a lot closer if it's 6 point passing touchdowns. And if it's 4, it's an easy decision to play Dart, but probably going Dart either way there. I hate to bench my boy Goff at home, but yeah, Dart's just been too good. Hey, we got Hash in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you. Hash says, hashtag original 100 checking in, bud. Hey, great to see you, man. Yeah, you are forever part of the original 100. Great to see you. Let me know if you have any questions. Michael Hart says, at flex. Okay, let's see. What was that referencing? Oh, I think when you were talking about what, like Spears and Montgomery. And then Hash says he means DraftKings. Okay, I'm not sure who he is. Oh, you said DK. Okay, I was thinking I was thinking DK Metcalf. So, okay, yeah, thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, I'm definitely sure. I would imagine Monangai is really popular choice on DraftKings for like daily fantasy. So, yeah, no surprise at all there. I mean, it almost seems too easy, right? I mean, he projects to be like the workhorse running back in a good offense. I assume he's probably like cheap. I don't really play much daily fantasy football, but I assume he's cheap because he's like not a big name. So yeah, it would make total sense that he's going to be like owned everywhere, or yeah, owned a lot in daily fantasy like DraftKings. So yeah, watch him bust now. But I mean, I don't know how you don't start him. I mean, it just makes too much sense. And then AO says, appreciate you, brother. Keep going. And hey, gave me the hang loose. Appreciate it. Hey, I'll go as long as I can here. I don't know if I can go too much longer. How long have we been going here? I think we started around, see, I'm on Eastern time. I don't know, it was around like 1:30 or so, 1:30. So we've been going like, I don't know, hour and 20 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, I'm missing Blake though. I mean, it's tough when like I pretty much have to be like talking the entire time. I mean, it definitely gets tiring. I mean, it feels like I barely have like a chance to breathe or take a sip of water, but hey, I'm enjoying it though. I mean, it's great having everyone here. Make sure you drop me a like. Hey, see that I got 10 likes right now. So that's awesome. Like, really appreciate that support, and still got 8 watching right now. Definitely make sure you're subbed if you aren't already. And yeah, I mean, I'll try to go as long as I can here. I mean, if you guys keep giving me, questions and if the engagement's this good, I mean, I'll go as long as I can here. I mean, it's definitely a lot of fun chatting with you guys. All right, let's catch up on the live chat. Let's see where we Where did we leave off here? Okay, Michael Hart says buys hurting me this week just as much as last week, if not more. Yeah, I mean, got four teams on buy this week. What is it like? The Browns, Jets, Bucks, and who was the other one here? I just had it pulled up. All right. Yeah, it was the week 9. Oh yeah, and the Eagles. So yeah, Browns, Jets, Eagles, Bucks. So yeah, definitely some good players on buys from those teams. So yeah, it's not quite buy Mageddon like it was last week, but definitely still a factor. So you're definitely having to reach a little deeper into your rosters, and waivers. So, but yeah, hey, I'm here to help. So let's see. Next comment. Hey, you guys are giving have so many comments here that I keep losing my place. So that's a good problem to have. So I appreciate all the comments from everyone. Let me try to scroll up and find my spot here. Let's see. Okay, here we are. J Bug says, "What do you recommend when you're a commissioner for a league where nobody in the league really respects you and your rules right now? I just want to leave it and not be a part of it next year." Oh man, that's a tough situation. I mean, so I'm assuming, it doesn't sound like it's friends that you're playing with. So maybe you just kind of found like a random league online and somehow you ended up commissioner. I mean, I don't know. Like if it's a bunch of people that you don't even really know or have any kind of friendship or relationship with, and they don't really seem to respect you or your rules, like yeah, I'd probably be looking to get out of that situation as well. I mean, in the proper way, I wouldn't want to just like leave the league high and dry. But yeah, I mean, I would probably just try to get through this season as best you can. And then when the season ends, I would just say that, you're planning on leaving the league and, someone else will have to step up as commissioner. So, yeah, probably the easiest way to do it. I mean, I don't think it has to be too much more complicated than that. Just make it through the season, because you would hate to leave it mid season, and then just get out after that. If they don't appreciate you or your rules, like why stick around? I mean, being a commissioner is work. It takes time. So if you're not even being appreciated, like why bother? So yeah, I would absolutely get out of there after this season. Then Michael Hart says, drop the hammer, J Bug. Not sure exactly what that's alluding to, but J Bug then says, I'm a nice guy and all of okay. I'm stupid. Yeah, you were talking about the situation with the commissioner. So yeah, drop the hammer. Yeah, hey, I mean that's one way to go about it. I mean, just I mean that says it all, right? So I guess you could rule with an iron fist there. I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know how that would go, but sounds like things couldn't go much worse at this point. So hey, you know, yeah, maybe you're being too nice. I mean, maybe that's part of the problem. So yeah, maybe you got to drop the hammer a little bit, roll with an iron fist. Hey, worth a try, right? I mean, like I said, things probably can't go too much worse. So yeah, maybe that's something to try there. So yeah, funny comment from Michael there. And then J Bug says, I'm a nice guy, and all of the people in the league are people I know in real life. So I don't want to stop the league, but it's just not feeling worth it as of lately. Okay. God, that's interesting. I mean, that's sad to hear that it's people you know in real life, and yet you're still having these issues. They're not appreciating you. Um, I mean, maybe you just got to say to them, like, hey, like, if you guys don't appreciate what I'm doing here, or the rules that I have, does someone else want to be commissioner? Like, I mean, it's not like you're getting paid to do this. So, like, I mean, if they're not going to appreciate you, like, I mean, someone else can take over. So just tell them that. Tell them how you're feeling. Um, I mean, I guess another thing you could consider is if people really don't like the rules. I mean, you could always like take a vote on the rules, put up some polls and take votes on each of the rules that people are questioning or whatever. I mean, that would probably be one way to resolve some of these issues. The only problem is it's tough to make, you, you generally don't want to make rule changes like during the season because that just gets kind of tricky and complicated. So it's certainly something you could do in the off season if you plan on continuing to be commissioner going into next year. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would just let the league know how you're feeling. Say like, hey, like not really feeling appreciated, and it's making me want to leave the league. Does someone else want to be commissioner? I mean, maybe you would enjoy the league more if you weren't commissioner. I don't know. So I would just let them know how you're feeling. Maybe offer to take a vote on these rules in the off season. So these things can be changed if a lot of the league isn't really on board with them. Yeah, those are my thoughts though. But yeah, kind of a tough situation though. But I wouldn't be afraid to get out of there. I mean, if you're not being appreciated, like why bother doing that? I mean, someone else can do the work then. And then Michael Hart says clocks went back an hour at 2, so add an hour to that estimate. LOL. Oh man, hey, that makes a lot more sense because I mean, when I was saying that I've only been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes, I'm like, how has it not been longer than that? Like I like it definitely felt like longer than that. So it makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, I totally forgot about daylight savings time. So yeah, appreciate you pointing that out. It makes a lot more sense now. So thank you. Let's see. J Bug says it's funny too because it's always the small guys talking the most. So I really find it quite funny, but it's just drenching and annoying as hell. Maybe you mean like draining. Yeah, I mean certainly that can be like draining emotionally, mentally. Um, yeah, I mean, just about every fantasy league has like that at least like one annoying manager that has a big mouth and can't shut up and is always like stirring up trouble and everything like that. So I could definitely relate to that. I really try to eliminate having those, try to avoid having those kind of people in my fantasy leagues. I mean, I commission a few leagues, mostly dynasty, but also like my home redraft league. And I'm really big on like just having good people in there. I like to avoid those like annoying loud mouths that like to stir up trouble. So yeah, that's the best way to have a good fantasy league is just keep it like all good people. Like weed out those I don't know what to call them, but just those troublemakers, those instigators, those loudmouths. Like just get them out of there. So yeah, just having a league of like all good people as much as possible. Like I think that's your best bet to having a good league and also a smooth ride as commissioner. So it really all starts with the people. So yeah, maybe consider making some changes, or maybe you just want to leave that league and start a new one, and you get to decide what people come into it, and you pick like your favorite people for that. So something to consider there. And then let's see. J Bug says, I appreciate you, Savvy. Hey, appreciate the comment. I appreciate you guys. Awesome to have all the support in here. I mean, you guys have been amazing hitting the like button and subscribing and everything. So, and hey, all the comments and questions, like this is awesome to see. I mean, especially for it being 3 a.m., on a Sunday morning here. So, yeah, you guys all clearly love fantasy football as much as I do. So, feels good to have my people in here. I feel like I've definitely found my people. So awesome having you guys here. Appreciate all the support and the questions. Keep them coming. I'll keep answering them for as long as I can. At least until I'm ready to pass out or my voice is gone. So yeah, we'll keep it going here. All right, and let's see where did I leave off. Okay, AO says you also need rest to come back next weekend. Oh heck yeah! But hey, don't worry about that. I got the whole week to catch up on rest, so I don't mind staying up a little bit late here. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be like exhausted like all day. When I'm watching the games and wanting to enjoy that, but I'm pretty much like a night owl anyway. So I mean, let's see, it's 3 a.m. here. We got the extra hour, so I mean, I usually like set my alarm Sunday morning for like 11:30 Eastern time, so that gives me like an hour and a half before the games kick off. The first games kick off. Assuming there's not like a Europe game, and that's also like right when the inactives come out. So it gives me like an hour and a half to like make sure all my lineups are set and everything like that. So I don't know. Let's see. If I went to bed now, that'd be like 8.5 hours of sleep. I only need like 7 hours of sleep, so I can go a little longer here. Um, but yeah, hey, appreciate you, looking out for me though. But yeah, don't worry, I'll be good. Let's see, where did we leave off? Scrolling down here. This thing's kind of acting funny on me, so let me just find my spot. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, Hash says it's easy. I see a Dynasty Savvy video and I hit like. Hey, I appreciate that. I mean, come on, Hash original 100. You know what to do there. You know the game plan. So appreciate that support. Really, really means a lot. And then we got Todd's Real Lawn in the chat. I believe that's a new username. Welcome to the channel. And you ask Juwan Jennings or Brashard Smith from KC PPR. So I'm assuming that's full PPR. That's an interesting one. I mean, Juwan Jennings hasn't exactly been setting the world on fire this year, but he has been banged up. So I'm hoping he's finally healthy, but I don't know. I mean, he was like dealing with broken ribs, so I assume they're still broken. And what else did he have? He had like another injury as well. It was like an ankle or something, but seems like he's healthy. I believe he's off the injury report. He's got a great matchup against the Giants. I mean, I do think Brashard Smith is a sneaky start this week, especially if that game's a shootout between Chiefs and Bills. Maybe they use a lot of Brashard Smith because they're throwing the ball around a lot, and he's like the pass catching running back. So I do think Brashard Smith is pretty sneaky. I mean, you're smart to even be considering him this week. Gosh, but can I start him over Juwan Jennings? I don't know. Might be getting a little cute to start Brashard Smith over Jennings. You know, I mean, Brashard Smith just isn't like as proven as Jennings is. So given that Jennings off the injury report and has a great matchup, I'm probably going Jennings there. But if you had a really strong feeling about Brashard Smith, I wouldn't. Excuse me, I wouldn't blame you for going Brashard Smith there. I do think he's a pretty sneaky start this week. And yeah, especially in a full PPR league. I mean, he should definitely catch some passes in this game, I would think. And then Josh Ryan says, will Keenan Allen be a top 20 wide receiver the rest of the season? I mean, I would probably think so. I mean, as long as he stays healthy. I mean, I guess the concern would be he could wear down. So I might be kind of like on that borderline there. I mean, I could pull up and see like what his ranking is right now, just kind of for reference. But I mean, I'm sure he's top 20 right now. I mean, he's been damn good. Let's pull it up here. Keenan Allen. Yeah, I mean, he's coming off. Was that the last game that he really had the big game against the Colts? Okay, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, put up like 29 points in full PPR. Yeah, he's been really good. I mean, Sleeper says he's the wide receiver 9. So yeah, I mean, he's been a top 12 receiver. I mean, even if he fades down the stretch a little bit, I think as long as he stays healthy, he'll still probably finish as like a top 20. So, I mean, if you look at his like points per game rest of season, maybe it'd be like just outside the top 20. You know, maybe you kind of bake in like wearing down like a little bit, but I'm still definitely a believer more than not. So yeah, I would say overall, yes. I believe. Oh wait, you asked rest of season. So yeah, from this point forward, gosh, I don't know. He'll probably be like right around there, but I'll optimistically say yes if he's healthy. I think he'll be top 20. And then Todd's Real Lawn says it's mini bye Mageddon. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so 4 teams on bye. So yeah, okay. You know, so it's not the complete apocalypse here, but it's kind of like a mini apocalypse. So yeah, we'll call it the mini bye Mageddon this week. And AO says, with the recent NBA scandals, do you believe the NFL has unethical betting issues as well? Gosh, you know what? I mean, I don't know if I'm living under a rock, but like I'm embarrassed to say like I really haven't don't even really know what the details are of the NBA scandals. I heard someone else reference it, I think, on a recent stream, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. So yeah, I'm kind of ignorant on that. So I guess I can't really fully speak to that or fully answer your question. But I mean, just in general, I mean, do I think the NFL has unethical betting issues? I mean, who knows? I mean, you know, I mean, could there be some kind of conspiracy theory there that could end up like being true? Like, you never know. I mean, people like to write things off, but I mean, anything's possible. I do think there's a lot of corruption in the world, just in general. So I wouldn't put it past the NFL, but you know, I certainly don't want to like accuse the NFL of that or the refs of anything if, you know, I don't have any specific knowledge of it. So probably not like educated enough to really give you a definitive answer on that. But, you know, a lot of things in the world are corrupt. So I wouldn't put anything past the NFL or just about anyone really. So I guess that would be my general take on that. Michael Hart says, Abuka, Devonta Smith, Harold Fannin. Okay, so I'm assuming you can only start one of those. Or wait a minute. Well, Abuka's not playing this week. Oh, I think you're talking about players on. Okay, those are all players on a bye. Okay, I was gonna say because wait a minute, Michael. Like these guys are all on bye. Like you don't want to be starting any of these guys. So yeah, it sounds like you're just listing your players that are on bye this week. So yeah, those are 3 really good players to not have available this week. So Yeah, hopefully you have some good replacements. Yeah, I probably answered a start sick question earlier, I imagine, or I don't know. It seemed like you just joined the chat recently, but yeah, let me know if you have any other start sick questions. But yeah, hopefully you got some good options there to fill in for those guys. And Todd's Real Lawn says, you are the commish, you are the rules, LOL." Hey, there you go. Yeah. So lay down the hammer there. And yeah, I mean, you're the commissioner, you're in charge. So, I mean, hey, people can either get with the program or they can find another league. So maybe you just kind of take that approach to it. And then Zane says, sounds like you're a Lions fan. Which Lions players are going to smash versus the Vikes? I'm definitely feeling Jameson Williams. I mean, anyone that watches this channel knows I'm a big Jameson Williams fan. I just think he's an awesome player. Just love seeing him with the ball in his hands. I mean, he's just like an absolute lightning bolt. He's a touchdown waiting to happen anytime he gets the ball. So it definitely seems like the reports are saying how the Lions want to get JMO more involved, and the offensive coordinator feels like he's failed JMO. So, I mean, if ever there was a week for the squeaky wheel to get the grease, I mean, it feels like this is it with JMO against the Vikes. And, also, of course, like the Vikings passed on JMO in the NFL draft. They made that trade with the Lions, who traded up to get him. And so I think JMO probably has some extra incentive to show the Vikings what they missed out on. So just kind of feels like the stars are aligning this week for JMO. So I know he's been rough this year. He's been really frustrating to own. I've got him in like 6 dynasty leagues. I'm firing him up in every single dynasty league. He is in the starting lineup in every league. So hopefully that answers your question there. Definitely feeling JMO. I mean, beyond that, I mean, of course, like Gibbs and St. Brown are going to do their thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's a quiet game for Laporta. I don't know. I think Montgomery should be solid, but yeah, I mean JMO is the name that really comes to mind for me. Like I think he's going to go off here. So yeah, definitely anyone out there that has JMO, unless you just have a clear better option, I would absolutely fire up JMO this week. Okay, and Zane, you say you're a Vikings fan. Well, hey, I'll try not to hold it against you. But yeah, I mean Blake's a Vikings fan as well. I can't remember now. I think you're new to the channel, so maybe you don't even know who Blake is. But Blake is my co-host that I usually do these streams with. But yeah, he was busy tonight. Blake said he had a football game. I don't know if that meant he's like playing in a game or watching a game or what. I assume he's playing in one. Maybe he's in some kind of like intramural league or something. And he said he was going out after. So yeah, Blake couldn't be here, but yeah, he's a Vikings fan. So yeah, I'm used to it. I mean, I feel like it seems like we got a lot of fans of NFC North teams in here. Also, like in my dynasty leagues, I feel like there are a lot of fans of NFC North teams. So yeah, definitely used to seeing lots of fans of the Vikes and Bears and Packers and even the Lions, of course. So but yeah, I don't know. It just seems to be the theme. So it's been kind of it's fun to just continuing to see that. I don't know what it is, but we just seem to attract fans of these NFC North teams for whatever reason. And then Hash says, "Is our Canadian friend mourning the Blue Jays loss?" Nah. He's just he's just out enjoying life. And just couldn't make the stream tonight, but yeah, I don't know. He couldn't make last Saturday's stream either. So hopefully this isn't a habit. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. But yeah, I would expect Blake to be on next Saturday's stream, as well as our usual Wednesday stream, of course. But yeah, I'm sure he's a little sad about the Blue Jays though. Although what hat was Blake wearing recently though? Was it the Dodgers? Was it a Dodgers hat? I feel like it was some kind of like LA hat or whatever. Because his girlfriend liked it or bought it from or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm sure he's sad about the Blue Jays because I mean Blake is definitely Canadian through and through. And yeah, Zane says rest in peace Blue Jays, absolutely. And then Todd's Real Lawn says communication is key. Yeah, I mean that's true of life in general, and certainly very important when you're a commissioner. I definitely think communicating well and just kind of communicating everything, being very transparent and upfront about things, I think that goes a long way. So yeah, definitely something to take a look at. If you're looking for what you can do better as a commissioner, what's within your control, definitely good communication goes a long way. Then we got Jake Mallory in the chat. I think that's a new name. Welcome to the channel. You asked, do you think I should start Dart or Jaden Daniels? Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely a lot of questions about like Dart and Jaden Daniels. And so, yeah, it's an interesting question there between those two. I guess it probably doesn't really matter too much whether your league is 6 points or 4 points for passing touchdowns because obviously both those guys run the ball. I'm starting Dart. I mean, he's just been so hot. He's been awesome. And he's not coming off an injury. So, yeah, I'm starting Dart there. And then Michael Hart says, oh, shoot, it's doing this weird thing where it like skips ahead and makes me lose my spot. Let's see, where was I? Okay, here we go. Michael says, hell yeah, Zane, go Dodgers, LOL. F the Jays. Okay. And then Hash says, take a second to drink some water, friend. Okay. Hey, I will take your advice here. Yeah, I think I needed that. Good call. Appreciate that. And then Michael Hart. Okay, wait, you deleted that. Todd's Real Lawn says, it's my real name, LOL. Okay. Michael Hart says, would you consider starting him at flex over Spears and or Monty in a full PPR league? Which player are you talking about, Michael? Because your previous message was like deleted. It says message retracted. So maybe you did that by accident. But yeah, let me know what player you're talking about that you're considering starting over Spears or Monty, and would be happy to answer that. Frank Nunez says it's 2 a.m. Bars closed. Turn back clock. Bar open 1 more hour. Let's go. Hey, I like your logic. I like your thinking there, Frank. Like, hey, it makes sense to me, right? I mean, that's logical, right? So I think the bar's gotta stay open another hour, right? So yeah, hey, you got me convinced. Like I'm down for that. Michael Hart says, LOL, Frank. Yeah, absolutely. Very funny comment there. Appreciate it. Todd's Real Lawn says, of course it does. It's called sports entertainment for a reason. Wait, what is that comment in reference to? I don't know. It's getting late. My brain's maybe not fully working, so maybe it's time. I gotta wrap this up pretty soon here. But I'm going as long as I can for you guys. You guys have been so supportive. Really appreciate everyone. And Frank Nunez says, as far as corruption, Lamar full practice Friday, line changes. Lamar ruled out Sunday, line changes. Okay, so wait, what are you implying there exactly? So Lamar practice full on Friday. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like the status of Lamar is going to affect the betting lines, of course. So, not sure exactly what the implication is there. Maybe my brain's just not working right now. But yeah, let me know if I'm missing something there. Todd's Real Lawn says, "Go Bills." Okay, so yeah, we got a non-NFC North team, but hey, that's okay. We welcome everyone in here. But yeah, Bills definitely a really good team. So that's got to be a fun team to be a fan of. Ao says, "Bless you for the JMO commentary." I don't know what you mean by that. Bless you. Hopefully you mean that sincerely, not sarcastically. Maybe you're a JMO owner, AO, and if you are, I hope you're starting them. So hopefully you're not being sarcastic there. Hey, then we got Caden in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you. You say half PPR, Debo or Travis Etienne? Debo or Travis Etienne? Okay, so Debo is playing the Seahawks. Not a great matchup. And Travis Etienne, it kind of seems like he's cooled down a little bit. And wait, who's Etienne playing again? Again, my brain is starting to shut down here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait, playing the Raiders. Okay, so that's a solid matchup, although I don't know. Looks like it's orange on sleeper, so maybe it's not that great. Usually Raiders is a pretty good matchup, right? So maybe not this year. I mean, Etienne has been in single-digit fantasy points 3 games in a row. Then he had his bye week. Could Bashal Tutin get that post-bye week bump? Certainly not guaranteed, but I do think it's in the range of outcomes. So I'm a little nervous about Etienne, but I think he's a fine start here. I'm not like excited about him, but I think he's fine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Etienne could be a little rejuvenated after the bye. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he was wearing down a little bit. I'm not sure why he kind of cooled off there after the hot start. But yeah, which would I go with there? Debo or Etienne? I mean, Debo was hot for a while. Has he cooled off at all? I know he was dealing with an injury. I think he missed a game. Let me pull up his game log here. All right, so Debo. Oh yeah, he has cooled off. He had like 5 fantasy points, then he missed a game with injury, then he had 4 fantasy points. Ugh. So yeah, Debo kind of feels gross right now. So yeah, neither of those guys feels particularly inspiring. Gut call, go with Travis Etienne. I just feel like, I don't know, historically, it seems like starting a running back against the Raiders usually works out pretty well. So I don't know if that's good logic or process, but my gut's telling me to go with Etienne. Let's see. Next question. Todd's Real Lawn says Vidal or Henderson PPR. Ooh, that's a tough one, but I gotta go Vidal. He's just been too good. It's a great matchup against the Titans. I hate to bench Henderson, but you can't bench Vidal. You just can't bench Vidal. He's been too good, and it's a good matchup. So gotta go Vidal. Then we got Sean Augusta in the chat. I believe that's a new name. So hey, welcome to the channel. If you are new, you say tapped in. Boutte, Jennings, or Thornton from Seahawks. Oh, you mean Horton, you must mean. Yeah, Torrey Horton. Okay, yeah, T. Horton, I see. All right, Boutte, Jennings, or Torrey Horton. I mean, Torrey Horton is definitely like a fun sleeper this week, like a fun kind of desperation start. But, I mean, Boutte and Jennings are probably a little better than a desperation start. I mean, those guys are both pretty solid starts this week. Jennings has the awesome matchup against the Giants. Boutte doesn't have a great matchup against the Falcons, but again, I mean, anyone that watches the channel knows that I'm not too concerned about matchups in general. So, I mean, Boutte's been hot. I mean, he's been really hot lately. I mean, he doesn't get like a ton of targets, but he just seems to make big plays and just finds a way to score fantasy points the last 3 weeks. And I mean, Drake May's on fire. I mean, he's having an unbelievable season. So, I mean, I would hate to bench Boutte right now. Gosh, so yeah, close call between Boutte and Juwan Jennings. God, gut call on that one. God, it's tough to bench. God, I don't know. It really is tough to bench Boutte, but I do really love that matchup for Jennings, even though I typically don't put too much in it. Just starting a receiver against the Giants feels really good. So gut call. I'm going to say Jennings. I usually don't favor the matchup, but I feel like that's close enough where I'll let the matchup be the tiebreaker there. And my gut's just kind of saying Jennings there. So I'm going to go Jennings. Feels like he's due for a good game. So this seems like this would be the week 4 against the Giants. So go with Jennings there. But yeah, tough call there. I mean, hate to bench Boutte, even in the tough matchup. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then Caden says Skull Vikes. Not sure what that means. I mean, obviously Vikings, but I'm not sure what skull means. AO says, yes, starting him. Wait, what was that in reference to? God, I mean, hey, got so many different, like, comments and, like, threads of conversation here to keep track of, like, but, hey, like, that's a problem I'm so happy to have right now. So, again, like, thank you to everyone. Just appreciate all the comments and questions and engagement. Like, you guys have been amazing tonight. Hey, it looks like we got another new name in the chat. Probably gonna say this wrong. I don't even know what I'm trying to say it, but Sachin Chak Rivardi. Welcome to the channel. That has to be a new name. So yeah, good to have you here. You asked Debo or DK Metcalf. Oh, I'm going DK Metcalf there all day. I mean, he's been rock solid, consistent this year. Great matchup. Could be a high scoring game. Yeah, give me DK Metcalf all day there. Frank Nunes says, you had a question earlier about the basketball being fixed and you weren't sure if sports were fixed, but the Lamar thing is right in front of our eyes. When in doubt, check the Vegas lines. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll have to think about that a bit more. And then we have Jacob Schubert. That sounds like a new name. Welcome to the channel. You say Keenan Allen or Stephon Diggs, non-PPR. Okay. So we got an old school league here, non-PPR. So you're really going to value touchdowns in a league like that. So Keenan Allen or Stephon Diggs. I mean, I got to think Keenan Allen's probably more likely to score a touchdown than Stephon Diggs. I mean, both good older receivers, could both have good yardage. I mean, Keenan Allen's definitely been the better receiver this year. Yeah, give me Keenan Allen there. And he's got a good matchup against the Titans. So, yeah, Keenan Allen pretty easily there. And Sachin says, Gadsden or Ferguson? Okay, another good tight end question involving Gadsden. Definitely had a lot of Gadsden questions. God, that's a tough one. I'm going to go Gadsden there. You just got. I mean, Ferguson's been amazing this year, but I mean, if I'm nitpicking here, I mean, I don't think he's going to get zero most weeks. I think Ferguson's going to be very good fantasy tight end, but he is kind of like the third option now in that offense with Lamb healthy and George Pickens. So still like Ferguson a lot. Still think he's a fine start this week. Definitely wouldn't be. I'm certainly not excited about benching Ferguson and that what should be a really fun, high scoring Monday night shootout between the Cowboys and Cardinals. So don't feel great about it. But how do you bench Gaston? He's just been too good. He's special. So you got to play Gaston there. I don't know how you bench Gaston. And let's see. Sean Augustus says pick two. And Sean Augustus also says, love your vocabulary, brother. Hey, I appreciate that. I mean, I actually am a writer, so I've always had like a pretty good vocabulary, but I didn't even realize I was using like many big words or anything on the stream. So that's pretty funny that you noticed that. Even if I'm not really trying to do that right now. So hey, appreciate the comment. Like that's pretty funny that you noticed that. I wouldn't have expected that because I didn't even realize I was even using many big words or anything. So yeah, it's an interesting comment there. I guess I just can't help it. I must be using more big words than I realize here. All right, where did we leave off here? Let's see. Sachin. Okay, wait. Answer your question about Gatson over Ferguson. And then wait, Sean Augusta, you said pick two, but I didn't see any players listed. So yeah, let me know which two players. Because you mentioned Debo or DK Metcalf. So yeah, let me know what players I'm picking two from, and would be happy to answer that. Hash asks JMO or Bam Knight, 1 PPR and also point 5 point per carry. Interesting. So yeah, I mean that's a large point per carry. So basically, you get half a point for every rushing attempt by any player. So that's really interesting. I mean, I'm in a couple point per carry leagues. I think one is like 0.15 and the other is like 0.25. The 0.25 definitely has an impact. So I mean, 0.5, like that's pretty significant. Man, I mean, if it's zero point 0.5 point per carry, I think you got to go with the running back there. I think I got to go with Bam Knight. So I hate to bench JMO, but I mean, I definitely think it will be a big JMO week. But I mean, it's a full PPR league. I mean, JMO isn't exactly a PPR scam. He's more of a big play guy. And then on top of that, I mean, Bam Knight could catch a few passes. I know he doesn't do a ton of it, but I mean, getting half a point for every rushing attempt, you got to go Bam Knight there. Great matchup against the Cowboys in that fun shootout I'm expecting. So yeah, you got to go Bam Knight there 100% in that format. Let's see. Sachin says, yeah, bro, your answers are awesome. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm really glad you guys are getting some value out of it. And yeah, appreciate the nice comments. Let's see. Sachin says, thank you for the help. Yeah, my pleasure. Happy to help. Jacob says, 2 quarterback league, Stafford or Goff. I have Lamar QB1. Okay. So 2 quarterback league. That's definitely fun. You don't see a lot of those in redraft. I'm assuming there's a redraft league and not dynasty, although I guess it doesn't really matter for a start sit decision. But yeah, Stafford or Goff. Gosh, you could really go either way there. I mean, Stafford's been unbelievable this season, at least relative to probably like relatively low expectations. I don't think anyone expected a ton from Stafford last year. Like he was pretty mediocre last year, at least from a fantasy perspective. It seemed like Kyren Williams was always vulturing all the touchdowns when they got in close. Always hate to bench Goff at home. Gosh, that is such a tough one. I mean, hey, I love Stafford as well. I mean, just an awesome quarterback for the Lions for many years. So, I mean, yeah, this is a question after my own heart here. 2 of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL and Stafford and Goff. Love both those guys. Man, that is such a tough one. I mean, my gut instinct. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Blake keeps saying like that the Vikings defense is actually like pretty bad, and especially like the pass defense. So man, I mean, tough to bench Goff at home. I mean, I do think Stafford is just like a rock solid start as well. I don't know if the Saints will be as competitive though, with Tyler Shuck in there. So I'm going to use that as the tiebreaker. I'm going to go with my boy Jared Goff there. Got to start him at home. Like he's usually pretty money at home. Let's see. Hash says point 0.5 point per carry league with CMC and JT as my starting running backs, and you got the sunglasses emoji. My God, I mean, what's your record in that league, Hash? I mean, that is sick. Think I remember you mentioning that roster before, but I didn't even realize that that was a point 0.5 point per carry league. So my God, I mean, like, are you undefeated in that league? Like, holy cow, like that's an unreal pair of running backs to have in that format. So well done putting that together. And then Todd Real Lawn says, thanks, man. Have a great day watching football today. Hope to catch your show again sometime. Hey, appreciate that. Make sure you're subbed. And yay, yeah, great to have you in here. Thanks for the questions. And looking forward to seeing you again soon. And Sachin says, Monangai or Tracy? I'm going Monangai there. You got to go Monangai. I mean, workhorse, dream matchup against the Bengals. It's just too good. It's too perfect. You got to go Monangai. Let's see. Michael Hart says, you keep skipping my questions. It's comical, to be honest. The irony that you skip only me has me laughing over here out of my chair. Hey, well, Michael, I'm happy to give you the laugh. Hey, but what, let's see. I don't know what questions did I miss? I mean, I was trying to be really good about going to all of them. So my bad. I'm so sorry if I missed your question multiple times. I really don't know how that happened. I did see like one of your questions was deleted. It said like message retracted. So I don't know if that's the issue. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. It says Michael Hart, message retracted. So I don't know if that's some kind of glitch, but yeah, one of your questions didn't show up. So I don't know if you accidentally deleted it or if it just didn't come through somehow. But yeah, my bad on that. But hey, I'm glad to give you a laugh though. Certainly was not intentional. But yeah, you say no problem with a winking emoji. Appreciate that. But yeah, you say just saying, if you scroll up, you'll see. Okay, here, I'm going to scroll up and find your question. We will try to solve this. Hopefully, it isn't the message that was retracted. Okay, I'm looking for Michael Hart. We will find this. Let's see. Okay, you said LOL Frank. Let's see. Oh, you said, would you consider starting him at flex over Spears and or Monty in a full PPR league? Okay, yeah, I read that, but then I didn't know which player you were talking about because the message before was retracted. And then before that, you said, hell yeah, Zane go Dodgers, LOL, F the Jays. So yeah, I really don't see it. So yeah, I don't know if it's some kind of glitch, but yeah, just write your question again if you don't mind, Michael. I'll be happy to answer it. Oh, you said I purposely deleted it because of a typo. Okay, well, hey, hence why I didn't see it. So, okay, you say I'm too far up. Okay, what did I miss? Okay, I'm gonna look one more time here, Michael. I'm determined to find this. I mean, sometimes I'm really good at like missing something that's right in front of my face. So if that is the case, I do apologize. I don't see it. I don't see it. So yeah, just do you mind typing it again? Like it somehow didn't come through on my end, unless I'm just like completely blind here. But I'm looking for like the third time now. I do not see it. So yeah, so sorry about that. But yeah, if you just ask it again, we'd be happy to answer, Michael. Let's see. And then Sean Augusta says, kick him out, wasting time. Hey, no. Michael's cool, but yeah. Sean says, type it again, or hey, come on. Michael's good, but yeah, yeah. But let me know if anyone else has any questions while hopefully Michael's retyping that. And yeah, we still got 7 people watching. Appreciate all the support. Definitely make sure you're subscribed if you're enjoying the streams and want us to keep going. Liking the dropping us a like and making sure you're subscribed definitely goes a long way. So really appreciate all the support. Yeah, AO says you worked very hard tonight. It's bedtime. Looking forward to the next one. Hey, I appreciate that. I will definitely take you up on that in the next few minutes here. So if you guys have any last questions, now would be the time to ask it because I will probably be heading to bed soon. And let's see, Sean Augusta says LA in the house. All right. And then hey, we got let's see, Bronson Heyo. I believe that's a new name. Welcome to the channel. You asked start Manungai, Hunt, Dottle, or JCM. Okay. So you can only start one of those guys. Man, that's a tough one. Yeah, some of these running back questions are so tough. I mean, there must be seems like there's a lot of good running backs to consider this week. I mean, Manungai's got that dream matchup and should be a workhorse with Swift out. I mean, we talked about Hunt has Pacheco out in the high scoring game. I mean, Dottle could be going back to the workhorse role. And I mean, his upside is just massive if that's the case, even in a tough matchup. JCM is definitely the worst of those four. I'm definitely benching JCM. So it's between Monangai, Hunt, and Dottle. Gosh, that's a really tough one. I mean, if I'm going my gut on it, I think I'm going Monangai and Hunt. I mean, I hate benching Dottle knowing his upside. Maybe I'll let the matchup be the tiebreaker, as well as the possibility that maybe Chuba ends up getting more work than we expect, even though they're saying that Rico Dowdle is going to be the guy this week. So I think I'm going Monangai and Hunt, but man, I hate to bench Dowdle, but yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think you're in good shape either way there. Any of those three guys, I think, are really great starts this week. Let's see. And then let's see. Oh, I missed a comment earlier. Frank Nunez says, just start the highest ranked player, Mike. Okay. Hey, always, not bad advice there. I mean, I would say, yeah. I mean, in terms of highest rank, I mean, the way I would put it is start your best player. Like, who's been your best player this season, and also go with your gut, follow your intuition. I mean, that's the best advice in general, I would say. Let's see here. And then Hash says 5-3, defending champion. It's also IDP. There's also a mulligan rule, 3x a season. You can sub a player if someone in that position gets injured before halftime. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to get to bed here soon because I'm starting to having some trouble processing things here. I definitely think I need to get some sleep. But let me see if there are any last questions here that I can answer before I sign out here. Also, if you guys want the conversation to continue, or if you have another start sick question that I wasn't able to answer, definitely head over to our Discord. I will. I'll put it in the chat right now. Let me just pull it up on my phone real quick. Let's see, Discord. But yeah, we've already had a number of people joining it, and we'd love to get more people over there, get more conversation going. But it should be a good place to where all of us can talk, even when we're not live streaming. So let me see here. Click the share. Okay, copy link. Okay, copy the link here. I'm going to drop it in the chat now. So yeah, it's going to show up as Daniel Fortune, which is my name, of course. Or wait, actually, would it show up as Dynasty Savvy? Okay, I think it would show up as Dynasty Savvy. Yeah, I'm not even thinking. Oh, it did show up as Daniel Fortune. Well, I don't know. In any case, I just dropped the link in the chat there. I'll probably put it in the description as well as soon as the stream ends. But yeah, but the link is there in the live chat. So if you guys haven't joined it yet, definitely head over there. And yeah, like I said, if you have any more start sit questions that I wasn't able to answer, post them there after the stream. Hopefully you get some answers to that. But yeah, should be a fun place. Just chat and keep the conversation going and help each other out. So yeah, definitely trying to build a nice community over there. So definitely join the Discord if you haven't yet. All right, let's see. Any last comments that I want to read here? Let's see. Sean says secretly wanted Toronto to win for Drake. Okay. Hash says once per season, you can sub a bench player for a starter at the same position, but you have to announce it in chat before midnight. Okay. So what do you mean, Hash? Is it can you do that after the person is already played? Okay. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Okay. I mean, if that's the case, I've never seen a league like that, but I mean, that's an interesting concept. So let me know if I'm understanding that right. And then let's see. Sean August says, I am watching it. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Bronson Heyo says, leaning Hunt or Monangai. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think both those guys are really good starts this week. And then Bronson says, Dottle not sure about just because his two pop-off games were against the two worst defenses in the league, Cowboys and Dolphins. Yeah, that is true. I mean, they were dream matchups, but he did put up 40 points. You know what I mean? So, I got to take that seriously. I mean, that doesn't happen very often. So I definitely put some weight into that. I mean, I don't care how good the matchup was. That still means a lot. So I wouldn't put it past Dottle to have a big game, even a tough matchup. So I'm not going to penalize him too much for that. But I mean, Dottle just looked awesome. Um, I mean, his upside is pretty exciting rest of the season if the Panthers really do go back to giving him those workhorse touches. So I'm pretty excited about Dottle. Um, I've got 2 shares of him in Dynasty. I'm starting at least one of them, and I'm debating trying to figure out a way I can start the second one as well because I he's definitely a guy I don't want on my bench. All right. I mean, yeah, just in general. And then let's see. Bronson says, and JCM just had one okay game. Yeah, I mean, he's honestly been kind of disappointing. I mean, I think a lot of it's probably the Jaden Daniels injury because that's going to be the kind of, JCM isn't the kind of guy that can withstand a bad quarterback and bad offensive play. Like he's really relying on scoring opportunities and drive sustaining, and he doesn't catch a lot of passes. So yeah, he I think he's really been hurt by the Jaden Daniels injury. So I do hope he's better moving forward with Jaden Daniels healthy. Let's see. Frank Nunes says, let's see. Oh, Frank says, haha, I don't think it's you. Wait, I don't think it's you. It's us not making sense. Hey, sometimes there could be a little bit of that. I mean, so I mean, sometimes maybe you guys are typing fast and there's a typo or whatever. But hey, I mean, for the most part, I think, I do my best to interpret things, and for the most part, I think your comments are pretty clear. So I haven't had too much trouble, making sense of things here. So appreciate that. Michael Hart says you skipped it again. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm really not seeing your comment, Michael. So I'm so sorry about that. Like I really don't know what's going on. Um, let's see. I mean, let me look one more time to find it because I'm really looking for it, Michael. Um, yeah, I don't know like what kind of technical glitch is happening, but I'm really not seeing it. Michael, I'm assuming you're in the Discord. If not, definitely join it. Can you post your question there? Because I definitely want to answer it. So if you post in the Discord, I'll answer it right after the stream. So yeah, just do that. But yeah, I'm so sorry it's not showing up. I really don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I'll probably end the stream here. Yeah, definitely drop us a like on the way out. Really appreciate it. And yeah, great stream. Like great having everyone here. Like appreciate all the great questions, great conversation. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely join the Discord. Here, I'll post the link in the live chat one more time, just in case anyone missed the first one. Let's see, paste. Okay, I dropped it in there one more time. And Hash says, I think he's just trolling, bro. Thanks for the vid with a saluting emoji. Absolutely. Hey, well, that would make some sense because, yeah, I mean, I was looking many times and not seeing the comments. So, yeah, maybe just some hijinks by Michael there. But if not, if you were really posting, I couldn't see it, please post the question on Discord. I'd be happy to answer it right after the stream. But yeah, thank you for everyone's support. Definitely make sure you're sub, drop me a like, join the Discord. And also watch Glengarry Glen Ross if you want to participate in the film club. We're either going to review Glengarry Glen Ross at the end of this Wednesday stream, or if not, it would probably be the following Wednesday. So really good movie, really funny. Check it out if you're interested. Also, if you want to I also sent out a newsletter about the film club, just announcing what the new movie is and everything. So if you want to receive that newsletter, just send an email to dynastysavvy@gmail.com and just say that you want to be on the film club mailing list, newsletter mailing list. And I'd be happy to send you that newsletter every week. So yeah, thank you again, guys. Been super fun, and good luck with your matchups tomorrow. And I will probably see you guys on Wednesday.